Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer. We are playing some more of the Black Sun D&D tonight. We actually have a full crew this evening. You can see downstairs. You can see in the lower panel. You can see on my left is Samuel Joseph Wall.
Hi.
Matthew Bradley has reappeared after 2 sessions off. Marc Alden Taylor is here. Jim Kelly is here. David Mitchell is here. A little bit further. Lean right in, there he is! And the space here is reserved for Mr. Shawnick. He shall be there a little bit later. So,
right, Chris, okay. Jim will be leaving in about 20 minutes.
Jim will be going in about 20 minutes, yes. So, for those of you that haven't seen the series before, here's the quick intro video and then we'll start the session.
That's it.
The year is 4454.
It is my goal.
Earth has been destroyed after Sol went supernova, and humanity now finds themselves living amongst the stars with alien races beyond their imagination. Civil war, distrust, politics are all still rampant within human society, and they are only heightened by what some feel is an overreaching alien influence that threatens the old ways of true humanity. Others, of course, welcome the alien influence and seek to learn all that they can from these new and interesting races. Then, into the middle of everything comes a mysterious, powerful and dark vessel simply known as the Black Sun. It seems to have no agenda, no mission, other than to create chaos and havoc throughout the galaxy, attacking human spaceships and settlements without provocation and leaving no survivors. What the galaxy needs now, more than ever, is a band of dedicated heroes who can stand between the Black Sun and those whom it would destroy.
Okay, so
bad luck for him because I suck.
a quick recap of the last session. During the last session, the team managed to defeat Bu Herdan, who was the captain of a ship called the Oathbreaker, which was a medical ship. But Bu had gone mad and started experimenting on viruses, on cures to turn them into viruses, to make his own research, but they managed to defeat him thanks to Marc crushing his heart in front of his daughter.
Kalima!
Then,
of course you did.
then something very strange happened. A ship appeared out of hyperspace, pretty much on top of them, and smashed into them. They stopped the ship crashing into a planet and found on board an alien inhabitant, played by Mr. Jim Kelly. Then things got weird.
Weird or very
weird? It just got horrible.
they captured.
Awesome.
More weird than crushing.
They captured Jim, took him into the medical bay, took his gun off him. He was restrained in the medical bay. The interrogation didn't go quite as smoothly as they would have wanted.
It wasn't an interrogation, it was a conversation.
The conversation during which Marc pointed a gun at Jim's face at least 3 times. But then the ship was powered down.
You drew a cock and balls on my head.
Yeah, I did.
That is true, I'd forgotten that. Marc did draw a cock and balls on Jim's encounter suit helmet, so it is now permanently there. Although I should point out, Klutz, Jim's character, hasn't noticed that yet. Then the ship was powered down by persons unknown.
What is this?
The ship was powered down by persons unknown. It turned out to be that Scope decided to power down the ship.
Ball marks.
As soon as the power went down, the electronic restraint field holding Klutz in place was released. Klutz sat up, so Chris Shawning, playing Captain Callahan, decided the logical suggestion was to shoot Jim's kneecap off. Which Matt Bradley has not heard any of this. He has no idea what we're talking about.
The worst interrogation.
What the fuck have you guys been playing?
Not only did that So the thing is, that took 10 points of health off Klutz.
That would kill me.
But then, this is the fun thing, Matt. He's wearing an encounter suit, which then got ruptured, so he took 1 point of atmospheric change damage, and so is now unconscious, or at least was. Although Layla did do a medical roll. Layla, Herdan View's daughter, who's decided to come with them.
Not anymore, she hasn't.
For now.
Yeah.
And she has managed to stabilise Jim's condition, Klutz's condition, and also to fix his encounter suit. Then Scope thought it would be a good idea to try and get to the bridge through the air ducts. That turned out to be not such a good idea. He was eventually flushed out the air ducts, and then Callahan and Ash decided to flush the ship of oxygen and gravity, apart from rooms where people are in. So, on the
None of these people play well together.
on the ship diagram to that way, so that's really weird. The ship diagram to that direction. In the bridge are Ash, Bishop, and no, it's above you.
Oh, is it above this time? It was down at the bottom. When
Yeah, it's up above now. The ship diagram.
The dove from above.
In the bridge, we find Ash Bishop at the controls and Captain Callahan at his in the captain's chair. We find out in the central corridor is Uzleth the Earlham, who has so far been unaffected by any of this, from what we can tell. In the medical bay are Klutz and Layla. In engineering are Rusty and Scope. And the first character we're going to come to is 5.
Terry!
Have you heard about this yet?
Fuck you. I know it was him. That's all I know. Exactly what it is.
5 is safely locked in the. He was asleep in the sleeping quarters. However, he now wakes up. First thing I want you to do is roll a spot check for me.
Oh, please roll badly. Please roll badly. Roll a 0.
Let me guess. Nothing for spot. Oh no, actually, I think I've.
Yeah.
23.
Right. Presumably you are rising out of bed.
Well, yeah, you know.
As you rise out of bed, there is a mirror on the side wall next to you. As you adjust yourself, start to put your robes back on.
Uncomfortable. Didn't sleep well.
You look and something catches your eye in the mirror. What you see, as you look closely, you adjust your robe. Something's stuck on the back of it. You see a name tag bearing the words I.S.S Garrison, Terry Thatcher.
Terry. It's not a bad name. I quite like it.
Now you do remember
It's a good name.
that actually you spotted him try and put it on you once, and you batted him away.
Yeah.
Obviously, somebody has put it back on you at such time, at some time that you didn't notice. So you are in the sleeping quarters. What would you like to do?
It's just a name tag.
It's just a name tag. It doesn't do anything else. There's no
keep it.
special
I'll keep it
special
there.
animated objects or anything.
If people have come to know me as that, I don't want to confuse them. I don't want to confuse this group.
Yes, you have been known as you have been known as Terry.
What's that? Your name's not Terry? Firing on the alley.
Stranger on board. Stranger danger.
Who are you? I was forewarned before this started not to open any doors. Stay in the room.
You can't.
To quote you from session 1, don't metagame.
No, absolutely.
Go for the door.
No, I will. And yeah, I mean, you know, I'll head to, I'm awake now. I'll head to wherever one would have breakfast.
As you
Out in the coldness of space.
as you enter the code on the door, a red light. No, you don't have a mess hall. You tend to eat on the bridge. It's a very functional. It's a military ship. It's a very functional. A red light appears, and the ship computer voice basically says, "Warning: no pressure beyond this door."
Can communicate?
There is a communicating device. Yes.
Can you communicate with the computer directly? Is it sentient enough to do that?
No, it's not. It's just there are sort of
basic
preset
information.
warning messages. There is a console.
Okay.
There is a
communicate with the rest of the
You
crew.
can communicate with the rest of the crew.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
ship
just
won't
going to
communicate.
communicate like on all channels to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, somebody fill me in. Sorry. What is happening?
We think there is an alien loose on the ship. There's something in the air ducts.
He's full of
We
shit.
think it was another alien. We flooded the ducts, and for security measures, we've emptied the airlock to make sure the creature can't get out of the room.
Can I hear this?
Just
No, you are currently unconscious. Layla is working on you as we
She's
speak.
working on me, right?
She got a good roll, so you will be fine. But
Lucky me.
out of sheer curiosity, why do you think there is an alien loose aboard the ship?
Because
Could you fill me in.
Because we had a ship crash into us that contained an alien life form. It's one of the dirty greyskins.
I'm sorry, dirty greyskins. Am I aware that that's some horrible derogative?
Yeah.
if you could do, if you
Marc
could,
is
yeah, that'd be pretty
racist.
common. That is, and usually aimed specifically at the coin eater.
Right.
It's
It's not a nice thing to call them.
No, it's. I won't use the word. But it's like a certain
Oh,
word
yeah,
for
no,
people of
that's
ethnicity.
The dreaded.
It is most definitely it's what you would call a glacial slur.
We brought him on board to look after.
Yeah, it's
his
on all
wounds and
channels.
brought him on board to take care of him, to look at his wounds, while trying to ascertain why
Can everyone
he
hear this?
attacked our
Apart
ship.
from me?
Yeah, you're the only one unconscious. Everyone can hear it.
While trying to ascertain why he crashed into our ship, he managed to deactivate the energy field that was securing him. So the captain took it to his hands to put him back down. Put him down with effective force.
Yeah, I mean,
No, this is lies though. This is all completely.
this is all.
Okay.
Yeah.
From
From my perspective.
I'm still trying to,
perspective.
I am still trying to suss out how it went from that to no oxygen.
At this
I was like, it wasn't an alien inside the vents, it was me. I was trying to get to the bridge because someone got rid of the oxygen and the anti-gravity.
I'm going to sleep through all this.
At this point, a female voice comes over the tunnel
Because someone.
and says, "I would also like to point out that the word conversation and the term ascertaining information is perhaps a little weak. I am currently treating the alien for a rather severe wound. I am currently doing reconstructive surgery upon his knee and exosuit."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, he literally blew his leg off.
Then I'll cut it. And
Sorry.
I was armed. Hang on.
No, you weren't at that point.
no,
No.
you didn't have a gun.
Yes.
No shit.
She also mentions that the alien was at that point unarmed.
The alien is known from an aggressive species, which you may not know as a civilian, and is known for violent outbursts and attacking other sentient beings. They're a warlike species. He went into an aggressive posture, and the captain responded correctly. I would say anything that went against that could be counted as mutiny aboard this vessel.
Okay, I just want to ask one question. Is there any member of the crew who is not known for violent outbursts?
At this point, Layla pops in with, "Well, I'm a doctor."
Okay, that's one. Anybody else?
And the alien did nothing provocative
Right, okay.
during his time on board ship.
Let's just face the problem. I appear to be stuck in this room. How can we all gather?
We can all wait
Let's try and fix the issue.
We can all wait for the next hour while we come into dock at Bartholomew's port. We've been contacted by their docking crew who have taken control and are flying us in at this point in time. I say we all sit down and calm down.
Make our separate ways.
It's probably a good idea.
I'm just going to go on the tunnel. Permission to actually recommencement on board, Captain.
Where are my dice? If you could roll diplomacy for me.
This should be interesting. Since we are the least charismatic.
You are quite possibly the least charismatic
people ever.
Not just crew in the galaxy, a D&D party I've ever seen.
Right, well, this might be like awful. If I roll a 1, that means it's going to have like disdains of hostility. 10.
It's getting worse.
Be a lot worse.
Shot guys in the eye.
Is that your total score?
He collects weird
I've got
snow
no
globes.
charisma.
That's fine.
It could be worse.
I've got negative
Guy's a nerd.
charisma.
He, Captain Callahan, simply leans forward and goes, "No."
Well, in that case, I don't think anyone's moving anywhere, so I'm probably best off going back to sleep.
Getting back to
And then I'm just going to sit down and start cleaning my weapons.
Captain Callahan again comes over the tannoy. Mr. Rusty, do we have any form of propulsion at all?
I haven't been given any access back to this ship since you and your clown took over. I ain't checking nothing.
There is radio silence from this point on. As it happens, you do still have thrusters.
I don't know. So
However, they are
you're
not.
still trying
They
to
are
figure it out,
not.
Captain.
They are not what you would call ridiculously responsive. So, if you could roll a pilot check for me.
Just like that.
2 runs.
Oh shit. What's the likelihood of a double 9?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's a flat score, so.
Pilot is ride, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Right, bitch.
13.
13.
No, 14.
14. It is. It's a struggle, even for an experienced pilot such as you. There are a couple of moments in over the next hour. It should take you an hour. It takes you about an hour and a half, because there are a couple of times where, you know how when you stall a car when you start it.
You're saying I'm stalling a ship?
Essentially, yes. You stall it a couple of times. You stall it because the way thrusters work, obviously in space, you don't press the accelerator and just go. You just do quick bursts.
Can we say he's stalling? Because I just keep going like that on the revs.
You have no.
We don't want to be fucking up the engines any more than this ship.
Yeah, you have
this
no.
ship is going to fall apart.
You have no access to this. Although, given that you do hear the stalls, if you could roll an engineering check for me.
You antagonistic shit.
Nobody gets
So we don't get on.
What's
He sees things.
No, we don't. We're the worst team ever.
24. Yeah, 24. Yeah.
What's in the other one?
Matt, it was a horrible welcome.
So you've got. But what else is there?
With a 24, you are.
Oh, they've
Sorry,
digested.
They're doing snack shoots.
Yeah.
Sorry. As DM snacks outrank DM.
How we started the fudge and those.
We've got so many brownies as well.
It goes snacks, fuckery, mind fuckery, DM.
DM story.
DM story.
I just want to point out to the people of YouTube that we are playing our characters and we're not like this
They
in
are.
person.
Well, Marc is.
Well,
I mean, as an actor, to every character you play, you always bring a little bit of yourself. That's all I'm going to say. With a 24, what you
There's a lot of
realise...
sweets.
Oh my god, there's a lot of snacks. What you do realise as an engineer is that twice now, the ship has been basically given a cold restart. At no point...
What, so it's they've just gone.
When you turned down the power,
He turned it off.
and when he turned it off, there was no proper shutdown, because you can only do a proper shutdown in coordination with the bridge. What you essentially did is just press the power button on the computer and held it down until everything went boom.
Yeah.
Now, as with a computer, doing that is not recommended. With a ship, where although you have fixed it to a certain extent, where things are already going wrong with it, it is.
We fucked the shit.
It's not advisable. So you are well aware that the events that have precluded this.
It's a miracle to be
situation.
running anyway, considering where it came from.
You suspect, with a roll 24,
Yeah.
you suspect that actually, as much work as you did repairing it,
Salmon.
a large amount of that will have been scaled back.
Salmon.
I would,
By
I would think there's a kind of.
Sorry, mate.
so you got one of these for free.
Well, I think it's working. We're doing something right. We're getting there.
You-
It's not right condition, but like
Yeah.
we're still.
You
Space is still moving as well.
You think to yourself that this ship has, without a serious overhaul, probably not going to be in the air for that much longer. Maybe a day or two.
How many days are we till?
It's going to take an hour and a half to Harold's Port, but everywhere else you want to get to, or that everyone else wants to get to,
if we want to use
you are talking at least a day's travel. With your engines as they currently are, you're looking sometimes more at nearly 3 days to a week's travel.
And
So,
a week of us together in one tight little place.
yeah, this is the thing. This ship is quite small as well. Given that all the power is off, there are also no atmospheric controls. So, if you could, apart from you and Layla, because you are in a hermetically sealed environment that is on its own sort of power, if all of you could please roll a fortitude save.
The best I was involved in that, really.
Yes, you will need to as well.
17.
13.
23.
No, not you. 13? 17 was that?
17.
23. Jim doesn't need to.
13.
13. 17, you get cold. But you can handle it. At 13, you guys get uncomfortable.
23.
Oh, 23, you're absolutely fine. You are, in fact, if anything, just like yourself, you are loving the change in temperature.
Yeah.
You are running around those sleeping quarters in your boxers.
I grew up
With the name tag entangled in your beard. Just no,
It's a little scrap.
in your hair then, in your dreaded hair, as in it's dreadlocked, not that people are scared of it. You
Watched it a while in my
you take. Oh no, you got a 13, didn't you? You are uncomfortable, and any roll you make will currently be at disadvantage until you reach an area that is warm, a more clement temperature.
I'm not gonna spoon
I'm
you.
wearing the vest.
You are hugging those engines trying
Yes,
to
you are very much going, praying that they fire the thrusters just that little bit more heat.
Oh, he's indignantly like, I can turn.
I'm not cold.
I can fucking turn him on. Just don't worry.
But you do eventually reach the outskirts of Bartholomew's dock, and what you see is, I think I described it very briefly before, but I'll just reiterate. What you see is essentially a metal pirate ship in space. Obviously, it's shaped a little bit like that, but this is all covered with the prow here. Does actually curve around the front. This bit isn't here because that's just to name the model. At the back here, but there is the two triangles are connected to a central mast, which has a metallic material, and is billowing. It is within.
Just like a motorised services. Like a big
It's a spaceport. Yeah, it's.
I was
There's
really
sort of way
hoping-
stations and.
I was really hoping that Bartholomew's Pool actually had the big sign on it saying Bartholomew's Pool, like it advertised.
It does have it, but not there. It has it on the side. So it's
Okay.
actually, for you guys, it's actually
Like a ship.
Yeah, like it.
Cool.
Like an
pirate ship.
old-style pirate ship. Yeah.
Kiss.
Me too.
And a voice comes through. I.S.S Garrison, you still prepared to dock?
Captain.
Oh yeah. The captain says you're in charge of the procedure, Mr. Bishop.
Yep, I'm ready to bring her into your docks. I hope you're open wide for us.
Indeed we are. I just want to confirm we're still not reading 100% oxygen capacity on your ship. Are you sure you don't need assistance?
It's just a small issue, one of our airlocks. It's fine, we'll be able to deal with that when we're pressurised inside the hangar.
If you could
Can I roll an engineering check?
If you could please roll a bluff check on that.
Chris.
You're very
Can I
good.
roll an engineering check? That was actually what's a reasonable excuse.
12.
12. He says, it seems a bit odd to have that much oxygen disappear. We're only reading about 25% capacity. And obviously your ship looks quite damaged from the outside. Are you sure you don't want extra assistance coming in?
I think I should be able to have bring her in, but if you can keep maybe a medical team and just an emergency services ready, just in case anything goes wrong as we're flying in.
Let me just double check. I have a distinct suspicion. We don't strictly have a medical team as such. We're not really that kind of place. I mean, I could probably find someone who knows how to use a scalpel.
Just have a stretcher out there, it'll be fine.
Just
in case things go wrong.
We'll find something. No worries. Activating docking procedure, and it's automated, so you don't have to do anything for this one. And
so, why was he asking me if I was going to be okay?
He was asking if you were. He was just making sure, because obviously, if a system like oxygen has gone down. That's quite a vital ship system, so he needs to make sure that the ship was actually capable of being controlled without just
the ship's
blowing.
were the problem.
The ship docks, and the moment it docks in a sort of a large hangar, essentially, and when it docks, on your console, you see this. It's like you know how you have at airports, you have the gangway that you walk on that extends the plane. That, basically, comes out, and the moment it touches the door, it repressurises, and the ship
floods
with oxygen. And if you two could roll a listen check for me. I'll just read this note.
This is why I hate space travel.
17 again.
17.
I rolled a 6, but I got a 4.
Confirm that.
So you got a 4. You are so cold still that you don't.
Am I hearing something?
You don't hear anything. What you hear is as what you presume the gravity in all the other areas connects, and you are right next to the storeroom. So everything that was in the storeroom has now just fallen to the floor. Now, as part of the docking procedure, the ship is unlocked. Cool. However, while Layla is working on you, again you see this on the schematics, as everything starts to flare up again, the electronic restraint field overclots, straight back over.
Good.
He is now restrained, again, on the ship.
Flipping Wally at times, Chris.
I have a question about his breathing apparatus.
Okay.
It's disgraceful.
It's like he's going to change it for helium or some shit.
Yeah,
He doesn't need to.
Does it have an intake valve?
It's really kind of bang on the head.
You would have to look at it for that. But from what you would. Am I going to make you roll for this? No. You would guess from what you know of Terran work that there will be an intake valve somewhere on that suit that controls the airflow into his body. We'll do the second bit first, and the first bit later. So you are now docked. Captain Callahan.
I still have that. I think I took it back off him, really. I got him to give it back.
Who did you give it to? I don't remember.
Captain Callahan.
Did you?
For a short moment.
For now, we'll go with yes, but we'll double check when he gets it. But
sorry,
just in case. No. What? Yeah, Captain Callahan.
Yep.
He, as soon as without saying a word, he steps out of the captain's chair and marches through straight onto the dock. Doesn't look at anyone, doesn't say a word. He just goes.
I'm going to go to the med bay.
Has everyone been able to see that I'm covered up again now?
He has. So you want to go to the med bay? Let's see what we want to do. Is anyone else going straight onto the dock?
Yep.
You're going straight onto the dock?
Yeah, I'll go follow the captain.
You are still unconscious at the moment.
Not awake,
I'm going to see what I can learn from the ship whilst it's in a better. It's going to be connected to like a bigger power source here, isn't it?
No, it
So it runs off
reactivates.
its own power.
It's already off its own power source. The reason it reactivates is because it's an emergency protocol.
Yeah, but
As soon as it docks, it automatically repowers everything, just in case there's been a problem with the crew.
Yeah.
So you're gonna. It doesn't
aims,
draw power. It
like-
doesn't draw power. No.
Right.
So are you gonna stay on the ship or?
I will wait for now.
You're gonna wait on the ship.
I'll defer my decision.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I think I'll, in the spirit of trying to
Knit the party back together.
fix things a little bit, I'll go to the med bay and see what's going on with this guy. Obviously he's unconscious at the moment.
He is at the moment
I
unconscious,
want
yeah.
to speak to, what's the lady's name?
Later.
Don't trust him.
Yeah.
Right, Mark.
I'll possibly wait
While
for
we're doing
him
stuff on the ship,
up, making
there
him
are the
conscious.
there is a third level, but it's mostly engineering that you can look at that if you want. Those are the two levels of.
Oh, you know exactly where I want to go.
Oh yes, you'll be going to. Yeah, you'll be going to the market quarter, won't you?
Yep.
Cool. So you head off to
My
the
boys
market.
does them again. Increase them up.
You head off to the market quarter.
I'm dodgy as
so
fuck
you
in this
two-
one right now.
You both come out of the ship. We'll clear everyone else off the thing for now.
Oh, is he still on the ship?
He's still on the ship.
Yeah,
He's
I'm going to be with him.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just go and sit.
No one's ever said that before.
Wait for
What
him to
you
wake up.
find when you get to the door of the medical bay
Yeah.
is that it is itself sealed from
She doesn't
the
want
inside.
anyone else in there.
So if you want to get in,
Is there like a what?
yeah, there's a comms. That's
how I was
that's what. I
communicating.
was going to call you Terran then, but that's not your name at all. That's a different D&D game. That's what Rusty. Yep, go for it.
You never go alone.
That layer
that
is
girl there. I
Let's
don't
go.
know.
Is there any way that we can get inside?
Rusty's on the
Or
way.
would you be able to let us inside? It's only myself and
What's your name again?
Terry.
and Terry. Obviously, you can't see. My facial expression is great. And Terry, which I don't know if you've actually been formally introduced to.
I have not. You can come in under one condition. You leave all your weapons at the door.
Search me, I have none. Don't carry weapons.
Sure.
Okay. There are. She says, that's fine. In that case, there are 2 secure lock boxes that I can control from out here, from in here, that are outside. You literally see 2 little crates, and one opens up.
Rifle goes in.
Do you put all of them, or
I'll keep.
I'll re-ask. What do you put in the lock?
I put my rifle in there. The one that
Okay.
you can see.
Okay, if you could.
In fact, I'll put my pistol in there as well.
Okay.
I've got my knife, but I'll keep it on.
Okay, if you could roll a sleight of hand to make sure you hide it well, or not, as the case may be.
9.
9. Okay. Okay. And then it,
9. Just sort of. The handle's still sticking out.
he hides it,
Probably in a couple of days.
It's moderation.
and then
Shit the back
locks, and the door opens. You are now in the medical bay.
for Bill.
What you see is the body of Klutz,
Setting on.
prostrate, not prostrate, lying flat on his back, sorry.
Kill it with fire.
I've got to go. Really thick.
That's nice to read for straight up.
In the interest of bringing the crew together,
In the interest of bringing
let's
it.
kill the one that's different.
He's tied down. Get him. It works.
Unite us against the race.
And Layla is over him, doing medical stuff. She says, "Yes, how can I help you?" Without looking up.
How's he doing?
He will be fine. He is stabilised for now. In fact, to the captain.
Yes, I know. It's a bit of an awkward situation, as we all know. But you've done very well. I want to thank you for actually being able to make sure he's still standing. Well, anyway, he does.
This is what he was doing last time. You bluffed him, you fuck.
You are. Well, I didn't do it for you. I did it for him.
I know. I know you did.
So, what gives you such faith in this person?
You must be Terry.
I suppose I must.
Layla Hyder, nice to meet you. I am...
He was there when we killed your dad.
Yes, but they never really introduced. He didn't speak much. He was just sort of
There.
there in a sort of
NPC.
non-playable characterish kind of way. In fact, the only thing he said in that game was, "I don't want to use guns."
Oh yeah, shit.
I only told you to fuck off when you tried to put Terry on the first time.
Told me to fuck off when what?
When you tried to put Terry on the first time, fuck off.
Oh yeah.
In my best impersonation of Matt's Scottish accent. Which is not right. Get the fuck.
So
Get it, Marc.
So it's an impersonation of an impersonation.
It's an impersonation of an impersonation. Well, Terry, I am a doctor, and as such, all life is sacred to me. My judgment upon him, or my beliefs on whether he is a good or bad person, have no bearing on my ability to dispassionately heal. And as such, he is in my care until further notice.
See, that's very admirable.
Thank you.
Agreed. Do you have any feelings then on his intentions? Because I feel like they may have been skewed by the rest of the crew.
I am well aware of the crew's belief about my patient. I'm also well aware of the reasons behind them. I have served on military ships, as did my father before.
It was a bit of a strange.
And I have seen what his people can do, not just to humans but to alien races. So while I understand from a human perspective the actions, or at least the reasons behind your captain's actions, I do not in any way condone them. I'm a big believer in an eye for an eye making the world black.
Personally, I've travelled a lot in non-military ships, and I've seen exactly what humans can do. So I am disinclined to make judgment. I think the best thing we can do is try and have a conversation.
He should be coming round in about half an hour or so. However, I would
do something if we need to.
However, I would strongly suggest that you come back a little bit later than that, give him time to
Fucking shot.
readjust to his current situation.
Would it be better if we were able to get rid of the field, so we can at least be comfortable anyways?
I'm just looking at that.
Actually, at this point she looks at you. You rolled a 9, correct?
Do I see the knife that he's badly trying to conceal?
If you can roll a spot check.
That's 24.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You are well aware of what he's done. She turns to you and she says, I suspect that this is an I.S.S lab, and we do still have a small amount of power left. I could put up a force field that would allow him to have a part of the medical bay to walk around, so he wasn't feeling quite like such a trapped animal.
Absolutely. And it keeps you safe as well if you.
Yes, indeed. Although again,
in anger,
as you have seen, I'm not entirely incapable of
Absolutely.
defending myself.
Let me just make a small, it's not really a suggestion, I guess it's something you've already thought about, but until we've had a chat with him, maybe even without weapons, don't let the rest of them in. just to keep the situation.
Terry's got no trust anyone already.
If you already thought of that, that's grand. Just
I would cautiously agree with that. Now, if you don't mind, gentlemen, I still have a patient to work on.
no problem.
If you come back in about an hour's time, presumably you both turn around.
Yep.
And,
As
you reach the door,
dream, you know what? I think everyone's been falling out. I'm just that. I just had a terrible dream.
as you reach the door, she says, "Oh, and Mr. Scope, if you ignore my warning about having any weapons in the way ever again, I will make sure you remember it the third time. Knives are weapons."
I forgot about that one.
Bluff. Bluff that fucking thing.
Nice, well played.
18.
Well done, Stanley.
She's
I'll double check her stats. I'm not convinced that she'll be able to beat that.
She rolled a natural 19.
If she did,
Bit
so
nice,
she's doing
Get a bluff going for you. Well,
she's doing a sensitive
against you.
which is on wisdom.
Difficult when you roll a 1 into motive when you're up against a natural 20 as well, so...
She stares at you for a second and then says, "I understand. I'll not to make that mistake again."
Nice.
I forgot that one. But
As we're leaving the room, I'm just going to put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Smooth."
and what is your next move?
In fact, I'll probably ask you that.
Yeah, you
What's
can. Yes.
the plan for you now?
To consider what's aboard the ship.
Yeah,
actually,
let's
'cause
have
I'm
a
not really sure.
Aboard the ship. Oh yeah.
At the moment,
We've got
I guess my
schematics so we
only,
can get up
Yeah, you can.
my only sort of main idea is to try and alleviate the situation with the crew to make the rest of travelling easier. I haven't really considered as a character
What you're
I would
going to do, yeah,
to
that's
stop,
fine.
because nothing. I have an ultimate goal, but nothing really much along the way. So I just sort of to go with things.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
I'll tell you what. While you guys look at that, what are you going to do at the moment? Because you are still just sat.
Just
you're
not-
just gonna
no.
s-
I've just gone,
Basically, that's where it's
like, I've
docked.
tidied up in engineering,
No,
and
yeah,
left
one
all
or
his stuff out for cleaning and guns,
Oh, this is
tidied
for
up out
fighters.
the
Yeah.
room.
Okay.
That's
And then I've headed through
To sit
to
down
where
against people
his
as well.
left is, and I'm just sat like
So-
against the wall on the. You see that door?
Oh, opposite him.
Yeah, just sat watching him,
Well,
like
there's a break there.
just trying to observe if there's anything I can see about anything that's about his past.
Okay. So while you're sat next to his left,
It's got to be.
while you're yeah,
Really hit name for a
guys, you can just so I can pick him up on character. So you're sat opposite us left, and he's obviously been like that for about a day and a half now, while you've been travelling, and then he suddenly goes.
That's good timing. So,
Have I missed something? my oxygen levels feel lessened than they were when I went into sleep.
Don't panic, it wasn't me. I know before you went to sleep I was gonna fry your ass. But right now I think you're probably the only sane person about here. If I can even call you that.
You can call me whatever you want, just don't call me Beak.
Very well.
Where are we?
We just landed at, I didn't catch the name's place. I think it's Bartholomew's store.
You would have called because you and Cal had discussed it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is that some sort of human ship?
It's, from what I can tell, looks like a market. Maybe a station. We used to visit them every now and again just to drop off ore, but then we'd leave.
Oh, not the worst decision that crew's ever made.
Oh, what you've missed.
What can you smell?
I will tell you in a moment. I keep doing this. I've got characters that I have sheets for that I just don't get out. This would be a straight.
Is he going to fucking call me?
There is someone new on board.
Yeah. He's got a good brain if he built the ship he came here on.
Oh yeah, where is that? Is that like crushed
That
beneath
is
us?
no. That is you didn't land like that. You are. It's the hangar is anti-grav, so you are connected by the dock. You're actually the ship underneath you.
It's about to be sold for scrap.
The hunk of metal is it's underneath.
I was going to say,
It's quite safe.
Feel free to check out the wreckage. I think they were planning on selling anything for scraps, but if it can help you figure out where he's from, help us maybe understand who this person is.
McCoy Neatron.
I don't know.
They're a dangerous race. What's he doing on board?
He was unconscious. They dragged him aboard. Well, his ship was damaged. The accident collided with ours. We chased him. We went aboard. The pilot was unconscious. We brought him aboard for, we were told, medical attention. I left before they started torturing him.
Whoa!
Nice work, David.
Could you please roll a wisdom check?
It wasn't torture.
Bloody
Conversation.
aggressive negotiations.
Aggressive negotiation.
17. One thing you do remember is that over the tannoy, as his ship appeared, you do remember him shouting, "Get out of the way."
Yeah, so he was. Yeah. So
Just to make-
I did say to him he accidentally.
Yeah, just make sure that your character did remember that.
Yeah.
He's a long way from home if we're...
It's not a military ship either. Everything inside looked hand-built. If he's done it, he's a genius. If someone else did it, well, who gave it him?
Did I do it? Can't tell us now.
It'll be in your backstory. There should be a piece of paper in your...
Check your shit.
I think I wrote it down in there. If I didn't... No, but I think it explains how you got the vehicle.
Yeah.
In which case there'll be one word that says... if it clarifies whether it's your vehicle or that it is your vehicle. In that case, no, you did not build it.
I think it's the family build.
Yeah, you would imagine that someone within your family built it. Ah, wonderful. Then, did anybody try to touch me? Oh, for God's sake!
Maybe.
Which one?
Me.
Are you sure?
I thought it was the captain.
I was trying to think.
It was Captain.
Did we all see it?
Yeah.
Yes, you witnessed it,
This is a dick.
or at least you saw the.
Oh yeah.
When he flew for it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We were like, what the fuck?
This is some useless shit right
The guy
here.
who calls himself captain.
I don't know anything about this.
Ah, him. Yes, makes sense. Brave, headstrong.
Naive, stupid.
With all due respect, as far as I'm concerned, every single person on this ship counts as naive and stupid.
Yeah.
You
we
are
don't have fabulous beaks and beautiful feathers.
You
what can I
are-
say?
You are several million years younger than us.
We've got a lot to learn.
Do you know how far away? Do you know how far away we are from my home?
No.
10 minutes.
Do you have a knowledge star chart?
We're about 20.
You do have knowledge star chart, so you can.
We're about 26,000 light years.
Slow progress.
Absolutely.
Oh well.
Fisherman's friend.
When you conclude your business here, I have no business on a human spaceship, on a space station anyway. There's nothing I can gain here. Oh, actually, Marc's just advertising Fisherman's Friends. There aren't any of those really. They're kind of the only people that do it. So yeah, Fisherman's Friends.
Yeah!
Holy fuck, first like social media thing.
Thank you for your company. If you would excuse me, and he again just
I was warm.
just gone.
What do
He
I
just-
about your
Fucking belt!
He just walks through and is onto the station. So you are now left, apart from you presume that Layla is still on the ship.
I'm going to sniff the floor and stuff to see if there's any like look around on the floor to see if there's any markings from any energy fields or anything like that.
If you could do a
Sniff of Layla is sitting.
do you have used alien technology or alien technology?
Yeah.
If you could do an alien technology check for me, I think that's the first one we've done all day. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. You did the other
That'd be 12.
12. You
Nothing I would understand.
You can't see anything, and you kind of think human generators don't do that. So you would imagine that if humans got to that point, aliens probably wouldn't. Probably a way past it. Particularly things like the Erlen who were much
just
older.
because of the power when someone touched it.
Oh yeah, it
amazing.
threw him backwards. Yeah, he went back.
It.
He went back into this wall. Here, he was thrown across the cabin. So
It was quite fun.
there was a fair amount of force, and he took a bit of damage. I think.
I want one of
4
them.
points of damage.
Imagine having a ship. How does them one?
Yeah.
Instead of you going get out of the way.
Oh yeah, just to for people who haven't seen the second episode, I think that happens in part part 2. And for you guys that weren't there, you won't have, but for you two to be filled in on it. Basically, what happened was Captain Hallahan went to tap Uzleth on the shoulder while he was asleep, but he has a Yerlan meditation protection device, which is basically a force field, and as soon as it gives off an electric shock. Humans use them as well.
Nice.
But ours are literally just humans don't cause any damage. They just
it might be
a force to stop you getting in.
But it's pretty advanced technology kind of thing.
The Yerlan you know are roughly 3 billion years old, and that's in their current form.
Warps enough.
That's in their current form.
Space station.
Not Age of Evolution. So you are now alone in a corridor on a spaceship that is just sat in the space dock. So it is entirely up to you what you wish to do with that. Of course, the ship is now unmanned.
Just take it for a drive. Go joyriding.
Can I cast that top one and see if there's any areas that I can feel a stronger connection with in the ship?
What specifically are you looking for?
Sorry, Mark.
Are you looking for residual energy from him? Are you looking for...
Just sort of like, whilst running diagnostics on it, is there anything in the code, because I'm not really actively using this...
Yeah, I mean, I won't make you roll for that because this ship is not sophisticated enough for there to be...
Like, do I feel a bit...
Ladies and gentlemen, David Mitchell and the crotch of Matthew Bradley.
Sorry, got X-rays.
Sorry, fine mate. That'll go in a highlights reel.
What, Matt's crotch?
Matt's crotch is going in a highlights reel. Because this ship is not sophisticated enough, it wouldn't necessarily have hidden stuff like that is worth you casting that.
So like, if I'm probably at the stage where I'm on these computers going, this is dull.
Is that what you're doing? You're just looking through the...
That's what all he does in his spare time.
That's what, are you looking for anything specific, or are you just sort of... That's fine. Absolutely not a problem.
Checking if it was any more interesting than it was.
No, it's not.
Mundane as fuck.
What you gather from it is it's a military ship that is used for primarily scouting and reconnaissance. It's not designed to last in a firefight, as you perhaps noticed when you first saw it, although it was against a phenomenal enemy. You can guess from the way that Ash flies it's fairly easy to fly, it's got a fairly sophisticated, but it is...
Why?
No, but as in it responds...
It's not got a lot of
Put me down there, isn't
as in it responds well to a good pilot. It's easy to fly, though. It's an easy flight.
And there's not a lot of, on this particular one, there's not a lot of room for expansion and stuff.
No.
Even in subsystems.
However, if you could roll a spot check for me.
That's a 1.
A 1.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, that's what you see.
I'll go to the or market store.
Are you going back onto the thing? Right, wonderful. So you are now all. We can take this away.
You exploded.
Your
As you
proximity colours leap as you walk away from this.
No, it was just guards waiting outside for us. They gunned each of us down as we walked out.
You are now all on Bartholomew's dock.
All of us.
Apart from you.
You don't count for anything.
Apart from you. And Layla. Callahan reporting in. ETA is going to be.
I should have put my head and go, are you alright?
He is going to be with us in roughly half an hour. Half an hour. Half an hour.
Is he
Gotta
gone
get some
to...
stuff to Tesco then.
If anyone wants to find him before he's here, he'll be at the snow globe stand.
But
I reckon it'll be on the observation day.
what we will do, just because obviously I am sat on the floor, these guys have got the luxury of chairs and a table. I am sat on the floor, my knees are starting to friggin' hurt. So we shall take a short little break now, so if you want to get
Have a pee!
if you want to get your food, go have a pee, and then we can come straight back onto the dock. Unlike last time, you won't...
It's a family show.
It's not. It's not a family show. Unlike last time, so far this series has been coming out in 3-part episodes. That's not going to happen this time. You are going to get a full 3-hour-long session. In the gaps like this, you'll get some special. You're going to get some plugs from me, basically. So we'll be back very shortly after these messages.
My name is Chris, the Humble Gamer, and I am going to be playing a Let's Play of Happy Wheels.
Sorry, there's a creeper.
Eugene the Rapist, the Humble Gamer channel salutes you on YouTube.
Don't be so naive. I love champagne.
Squiddington talks. It's alive.
I'm kind of sexy. Death by axe, which I deflected. No, the axe is going to the other deck.
Wouldn't it be a shame if someone pushed you in the water? Oh God!
No, he didn't.
To death.
No, don't flame him to death. Hello, Slendy. No, 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 run, 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 run. What am I doing? Am I caught on something? Oh, I'm stuck on a tree. Yeah. Yes. Down. Yes. Yes.
He's lost it! Put him down!
Yes. Kill them all.
Someone got shit we've got to be doing, you fuck stick.
It's a bloody monster now. I'm just gonna punch it in its dick. Sorry, Mum. I don't trust this.
Oh! Fucking bitch! Look at it burning gore! You got to be shitting me.
Boom! Boom, bitch! Oh, holy hell! I've not had a jump scare like that in a long time! Yeah, massive 8-legged freak, straight in between the eyes. Bang! Yes! Oh!
Time to be like, stop that one! Be the lamp! I can't get out of the room! Oh no, no, no!
Oh, the fuck! Holy shit! Hello, Chris Walker! Oh my god, why? Oh, you bastard!
Someone keeps shooting at me.
Yeah, me! I suppose that's technically natural. Oh my god!
Oh!
Oh, hello, Freddy! Fuck! Feel the speed! Sort of push it off. Ah! No!
Penis. Penis.
Pigs in space! Oh god, turn! Oh god! That's a cliff!
Oh no! Oh no! You're in me!
Ow! Oh no! Oh. Fuck me, bitches! Oh my fuck! Why?
Oh no! Oh no!
One of us is gonna have to change. Terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. Hey! You son of a bitch, Piscopat! I'm dead. Oh, fuck me! Oh shit! Here we go. And that's
to it. Oh my god. Legit strats! He's dead.
Oh god, he died in fucking pain.
So we're back. I don't know what video I put in there, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure it was fun. You will notice that we have lost a Jim Kelly. He is still here. He's just on the phone at the moment. But we have gained a Christopher Shawnee. Welcome back.
Apologies.
My captain.
He has been a bastard and been at work.
Yeah.
Selfish dick. But he's back now, and so we can all begin
Earning a living.
our time on Bartholomew's dock. As you walk into Bartholomew's dock, all of you, whenever you went on at various points, first thing you notice is that you saw from the outside it's not especially big. It's what you would describe as a medium-sized spaceport on your schematics. You saw that it was about a mile long, about a third of a mile wide. So it is.
It's adequate, guys. It's not the size of the space station, it's what they put in it.
It's very true. And when you walk along the gangway from the ship, actually entering into the dock, there's lots of gangways that all sort of come into this large central corridor that leaves the hangar. It comes out into this sort of open area here. It's basically same as it was at Haroldsport, very much typical customs stuff, except that you see that the customs booths are unoccupied and off. Everyone is just walking through, and you see people from like every major race and a few of the minor ones as well. Like you guys who are in Jakarta Tavern, you'll recognise some Forlingi wandering around. You see other Bitcoinitran, you see people of Val, you see the one people you don't see is Yerlin, because you don't see many of them anywhere. Lots of humans from all. One thing you do notice is that none of the humans seem to be wearing any form of, apart from the Bartsport staff themselves, the humans don't seem to be wearing any sort of political uniform. You don't see anyone wearing ISB or wearing Conclave or NSR or anything.
It's sort of neutral.
It's very neutral. You get the impression that, looking around, you still get the impression that this is where people who are... You don't get the impression that people who are sided with one particular faction like to come to places like this, because it itself doesn't look affiliated. It's very much a neutral port.
Is it a wretched hard of scum and villainy?
You're getting closer.
Okay.
You are getting closer.
Like a scummy Nashidar.
Yeah,
man. Defo.
and as you walk across into, well, just so you know, you haven't been on camera for most of the game.
That's alright.
That's fine. David is still there. He is still there. I'll find a picture to represent David at the. Our unconscious alien is back, and as you make your way, when you do at your various times, as you make your way down the gangway, there is a big, in this large corridor that leads into this bit, you see there's a massive sign, electronic sign, on top of it that just says Bartholomew Dock Rules, and it reads.
Bartholomew Dock Rules!
It reads, if you want it, pay for it. If you kill it, clean it up. And that is all that comes up on that sign.
Sweet. Kill it.
Anywhere up by Marc.
Again, you see information points around. Does anyone choose to read said information points as they enter the ship?
I will, yeah.
Fantastic. What you see
I'm not good at reading.
is that you see the captain's name is Robert Inderhut.
In the hut.
In the hut.
And
Robert in the hut! What?
Nice little thing.
What?
and it makes a very strong point of letting you know that that the security team, it's got a crew of 500 very well seasoned space sailors. It also has 50 fighter pilots and 100 mercenaries at any given time under the command of the captain.
100 mercenaries, you say?
100
Who could
mercenaries.
be bought and turned against the dock?
They can, if necessary, yes. If you can afford to pay more than Robert Inderhut. And it makes a very strong point that getting entangled in what it calls colourful disagreements with staff and crew is politely discouraged. And then when you walk onto this area, it is very much, it's a very open, you sort of see this large glass dome covering most of the top bit apart from the hangars. You can look up, you can see the stars, you can see the great mast with the material coming off it. To this side you see a market area which is again slightly raised. It's basically like a metal pirate ship. So the back and the front are raised with steps and stuff going up to them, obviously.
Port and starboard hangars.
So it looks like that as far as you guys are concerned. You come through here, port and starboard are the hangars. At the back is command and control and security. That is, you take a sort of look at it and you suspect that you don't go in there unless you're supposed to. And given the rules you saw on the ship, you suspect it's not something you can. They won't ask you to leave politely. On the other end, bless you. You've got the market. You've got the market area, which is it looks like a little bit of those sort of markets in African towns you sort of get with a sort of very bustling, lots of shouting, but very much similar to the market you gave us in
A little bit like a bazaar.
in the place where we were in your game. Very much a bizarre.
My wife.
Very much a bizarre kind of area.
It's more like Comic-Con.
So you were heading to there. You have been to there and done that. Is there anywhere else you would like?
It's the Hellboy Troll Market.
Anywhere else you would like to go on the ship apart from the market, or do you want to?
Anywhere that sounds like souvenir stuff.
Yeah, again, the market area is there.
Yeah.
You weren't far wrong.
So you guys are in the market. Where are you two? Because you've left at the same time. Are you two?
I will go to the market as well.
Going to the markets.
Pretty much, I think we're going to go to the observation deck.
Yeah, you can do that.
Which is through the market.
Yep. So you're going through the market.
What is there a lift shaft in this one?
There is. It's the central, the mast that holds up the large material.
How's the lighting and stuff in?
It's bright.
Everything looks really well maintained.
Oh, this is a the corners of the place are sort of the bits that aren't usually look a bit dingy, and you can see the metal is patchwork. But you get the impression that Indahut runs a tight ship. Yeah. It's not a smart ship, but it's a tight, well-maintained ship.
Yeah, that's a good.
So where are you heading to?
I would just walk to the bazaar to see if I can get any extra tools for my toolkit.
So you're all heading to the market then?
There's not a bookshop, is there?
Yeah, you can have a lie down.
Is it like a library or an internet cafe?
Not on this level. Not on this level.
On the
You might.
information level, would it tell me?
If you look at the information board, you'll find that on the second level you have the fighter bays, which are of course strictly non-access. You've got Dead Man's Boots, which is very much essentially a charity shop.
Look at that. Nice.
As to where they get their stores.
Where they get their
They do have an embassy and diplomatic wing. It's on there, but you see a big red line through it. They have stores down there, which again is not public. They do have a brig, and there are two other things that are at the bottom, which is they're under entertainment, which is the grog barrel, which describes itself as a bar, and then you've got the Big Bang, which describes itself as a house of a brothel.
That is my favourite thing.
It's a brothel.
And that took you way too long.
The Big Bang, yeah, it really did. And I was like, the Big Bang. Oh.
That's also where you can find the crew barracks and the captain's quarters.
Of course it is.
And the third level, it says, is engineering.
So was there a library or a bookshop on any of that?
You could try Dead Man's Boots, you think?
Yeah, I think
Market might have some books.
But the market may also have books as well, so that's possibly a place.
I'll go to Dead Man's Boots.
Okay.
Let them do market.
I'm going to look for weapon models.
So you're going to look for weapon mods? Wonderful.
I have a list of things to look for.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple more things.
Wonderful. As you walk towards the market, you see a man coming towards you, and he is looking pointedly at you.
I'm over my head. Keep walking.
He comes up to you, and if you could tell me your touch armor class, please.
30.
30.
Oh wait, no, 10.
10. Okay, and if you could now roll a grapple check for me.
14.
14. So you feel this hand touch you and try and pull you round, but you manage to shrug him off.
Well, where's the market in relation to me and him?
You are currently you are inside the market now, so it's there's a fair few people around.
Is it getting more crowded ahead of me?
It's sort of crowded wherever you look.
I'm just going to run.
But the one thing that... Okay, fine. Are you legging it? Are you properly legging it?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and lose it, like, getting us on the ground. I don't know if fucking people following me.
Okay, if you could roll a dexterity.
10.
Yeah, you managed to escape. Cool.
Okay. Well, you're escape from a 10.
It's tough. You sort of have to barge your way through a few people.
Yeah.
But you look back and he has not been able to follow wherever you were going. Could you do a listen check?
Come back! It's me, your big brother. No, I had 3. No.
Not bad.
1, isn't it? You got -2 because you're deaf.
Yes, that's 3.
Yeah, you hear nothing.
Did you roll 5? Yeah. No. They look like 3 from
You
the
hear
outside,
nothing.
right?
So you're looking for books.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a specific book?
Yeah. Anything by
Jonathan Shue.
Anything by Jonathan Shue.
If you could, there's no specific. You sort of look around. There's no specific book merchant, but you see stalls with books.
Yeah.
So if you could do a search for me.
23.
You do manage to find one.
Yes.
It's quite a small volume.
Yeah.
And it's in a very battered condition. And when you pick it up, it's the memoirs of Jonathan Shue. It's shadow written. It's not written by Jonathan Shue. It's the collected memoirs collected by someone else, whose name is. Let me have a look at my notes.
Mr. Klutz.
Herman Klutz.
Herbert Klutz.
Goes original Terry.
John Ferryman.
John Ferryman.
Ferryman. Yes.
Ferryman.
John Ferryman. Who you haven't heard of.
It's a Libra.
And presumably you went to try and buy it, or?
How much for the Jonathan Shue memoirs?
Well, that thing. You can read.
Pretty good.
It's unusual for this place. Yeah. I don't know. No one's going to buy it. 5 credits.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. So the book is yours.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're alright.
I'm just trying to footsie with.
Okay.
That's
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to do 3 things.
Yes.
I'm trying to find information about a couple of things. My my past.
The long form, yeah.
Yeah, the long lost part of my past. Try and find some more information about that.
Okie dokie. Are you asking around for that? You're doing.
Yeah, I'll be doing more search in the market area because I also need to find somewhere to sell/weaponize.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Market store for that, and look for any specific things that might help me, like the one I already have.
Oh,
See
yes.
if there's anything around there in the market store that might be useful in one of those.
Okay, if you can do, if you could possibly. Hold on, let me just, since I can do it on this camera quite easily, let's just.
I'm sure even it's been figured out
Just-
what that says.
Just in case you've missed any of the previous episodes.
Yes,
What does it say?
It says Terry.
Sorry, it's sort of thick, isn't it? I thought it was specific.
Which I think is it's fair.
He's never had a name before, so.
So,
It's quite proud of it.
If you could roll 3 search checks, you're looking for information.
Yep.
You're looking. Actually, if you roll a gather information check on that one.
Okay. Shit. Right, that's going to be a bad one. 15 on gather information.
15. And then a search check for
Spark out.
the
Are you on the ship still?
Yeah.
13 on the first one for the weapons machining.
yeah, which is
Under
13,
the force field.
and a search for
Natural
the
20 for the thing that I've already got something of that I'm hoping to find more of.
yes. Okay, yep. So that's a natural 20.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, on the gather information.
Yep.
People here are. Presumably, this is what was spoken about in the bar in episode 1.
Yeah, my past sort of
Yeah.
my long lost partner.
Yeah.
Trying to find my long lost partner.
In terms of specifics, people don't know where they are, or necessarily know of them specifically. But they do. Same as you were told in the other doc. They point you to this name keeps coming up. This name keeps coming up. Rusty, or occasionally you'll hear them mention Rosfeld.
What do you say?
Not you.
Oh, so I was like,
I'd have told you. I'd have told you.
The name's got it before us, hasn't
The
it?
name, yeah. You're looking for. You hear 2 names, Rusty and Rustfeld.
Do you have any sort of more direction of where that could be, where I'd be looking in, or is it
You get the impression from what people sort of. It's one of those things. People don't seem very desperate to discuss it out loud, particularly in a busy place like this. You sort of get the impression that he is findable, but it's more a case of he will find
if he wants to be
you
found?
if he wants to be found. So that's that one. We'll go with the other search for. We won't
Natural
go for
20 or
natural, we'll go for natural 20 yet. Throughout the market, there is nowhere really that sells this sort of stuff specifically, but you do. You're looking through. It's very much. It's like how you have to look through again at charity shops as well.
Yeah.
Very much looking through. You sort of spot just tucked away in the bottom of a box a really old, decrepit one of those.
Okay.
That at the moment you could not use, but you suspect that either yourself or someone with an appropriate skill could make it work. Could repair it for you. So
could I very sort of like nonchalantly be very casual about it, and sort of looking at a few items and sort of pick out a few items and like, how much for each of these?
Oh well, if you're looking for that again, condition it's in is worth spares at best. So again, I don't know. No one here is going to use it. We don't get many of that type through here. So, is it yours? Are you buying it? Is it yours? Or are you buying it for a friend?
Collector.
Oh, a collector. Oh, in that case, sure. I don't know. I get 3 credits. It's worth nothing to me in its current state.
It's worth nothing to 2 credits.
Diplomacy.
Yeah, that's going to fail miserably.
Yeah.
Put it
8.
That's all right.
8.
Yeah.
He sort of looks at you and goes,
We were trying to remember it.
"Deal."
You rolled a 1, didn't we?
Not quite. You rolled a 3.
You thought about it for 1 second.
He was like, "That doesn't seem right." But you seem nice. There you go.
You seem like a
Can I
nice
also
guy.
leave him a way of contacting me if he finds any more of them? Or
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can give him your personal communicator number.
And I'll also ask if he knows anything around, like, would this be like an engineering check? Would this be something
What are you asking?
to repair the item?
No, he would know. That's just a simple question. He says that on this place there aren't many. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. He says there aren't many technically minded people on this place. No, we had a couple down engineering that might have a go. We have to catch them on a break, and catch them on a break. It's kind of they work long hours. They can be cranky. You can give it a go.
But someone with some engineering experience might be able to.
They would, even if they can't fix it themselves, they'll probably know someone or some way of doing it. They can probably give you a sort of pointer, but it's definitely not my field of expertise.
Then I'll head off down to engineering.
Wonderful. As for the weapons that you're looking for, people, you sort of see people are vaguely interested in them, but they sort of go, "Oh, without a diffuser, that's little to no use to me."
You mean not the cure?
All of them.
No, I mean like, so how do you mean by diffuser? Sorry.
He says, basically, at the moment you've just got canisters of them.
Yeah.
That's all you've got.
Yeah.
And they say, unless you're either selling them with a syringe, or if you're looking to do what you're looking to do them with a specifically made weapon for that, they're not willing to buy because
they don't just want that.
They want the whole thing. It's that or nothing. So.
I want the whole thing.
But that's that. So what are you doing?
Well, two things you're talking engineering.
The only thing I can think is talking to him, talking to Rusty, saying, "Look, I'm just curious. What parts are our current ship lacking? Like, what parts could be improved? If there is like one specific part that you could get your hands on somehow whilst we were here."
Personally, I would say engines. Like, just so we can go faster.
Okay, something that could fit in maybe a carry bag.
With the roll you got earlier,
yeah.
the 24 or something like that. Yeah. Basically, it needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
It needs a complete. It's not a patchwork job. You can't replace. It's not like. It's like when if a car breaks down, you know that the alternator's gone. You can just replace the alternator. But as a car gets older and gets more bashed up, it just needs. It basically. It's not quite a from the ground up job, but it's
not a write-off.
But it's not a write-off yet.
It's
but
a nail.
It is.
It's a fucking Volvo. It's going to keep going.
It is.
It's falling apart.
It's very close to being a write-off job if something isn't done fairly swiftly, and you all know that ships of that type aren't cheap.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an easy repair job.
I wasn't thinking of paint or anything. Basically, what I'm asking is, is there anything I could steal while we're here that could assist
maybe
us?
a good toolkit. Like, do we have advanced engineers tools instead of advanced thieves tools and shit like that?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. If there's an engineering deck here,
I mean,
I don't see any reason why we couldn't at least give it a shot. Essentially, I'm not very good at that sort of thing, but he is, and I'm very, very good at creating a distraction.
I'm not one for sleight of hand. I'm not much of
no, but you're good at being.
Bear in mind, a medic did just out sleight of hand him.
You don't need to be sleight of hand, because if he's not being watched, the sleight of hand
That's
doesn't
true.
matter.
That's very
it's
true.
more just not being seen, and if he's not being seen, like, how good are you at sneaking? Especially if there's somebody, I don't know,
I'm quite good at hiding.
kicking up a big old fuss.
I'm quite good at sneaking as well.
Precisely. So if you knew what part or what you were looking for to actually take,
Yeah, I suppose.
if there was a clear path for you to go and do that, then that's all I was thinking. Is if I knew what we were looking for, could get some stuff from the engineering deck that might assist us. We can't afford to pay for it, but we could certainly.
I think if we are looking for anything
One hand.
like big time, look at so much like credits we've got for selling the scrap bits and stuff, and see if we can make a trade for some like even if it's just new coils and I don't know, like spaceship to make the ship fly in space.
Yeah.
Space.
I mean, it's as I said, it's not an undoable job, but the thing is to get it, the kind of stuff.
Okay, but you don't have to get parts for the ship. If you could advise me as to what would be the most valuable thing, could steal it here and sell it somewhere.
So is there anywhere selling aliens?
You can try.
Has he spotted me walking back to the ship?
I'm not particularly good at like.
We've got a potential
negotiating things.
political prisoner over here we can hold for ransom.
Dude, where's the entire ship?
Okay. There we go.
Yes, you do have the ship, which is. Well, we'll come to that later.
Oh shit!
But you do have the ship underneath your ship.
You can
Yes,
sell that.
this is certainly true.
Make a small bit of money on that. It's got its own hyperdrive that was built for it as well.
Maybe don't sell someone else's ship.
It's not a ship.
Speak to them.
It's not a ship.
It's our ship. We tried speaking to her before, didn't we?
There's no diplomacy here whatsoever.
You can hear him over the screams of agony.
I'm not above being dishonest, but
The one thing I will say, you guys are more than welcome to try and steal. So I'm not going to stop you doing it.
I'm not going to get involved in this.
no, I'm not asking you to get involved. Just to advise.
But I will just point out
Anything that looks alien.
that remember that spaceships are, even though yours is quite small, a spaceship is still quite big, and parts for them
Are huge.
are not necessarily easily carried or obscured from view.
How big is the hyperdrive?
Just need a washer.
The hyperdrive.
Massive.
The hyperdrive is where's the model? The hyperdrive is that big black bit at the back.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want, you can try and carry one out.
I'm just thinking, I want to expand it.
Damn it, why didn't I get
Okay,
lucky?
but no, right, and something of value. We just want to make a profit while we're here to further the crew. And
We've got
try
the,
and,
We've got the black box from the Earthkeeper as well.
So shops. It's something valuable in a shop, like a very expensive weapon or something that's,
You have.
I'm very happy to get myself in big trouble so that you can just walk in and take it.
I was
little notice.
I was looking for you at some point as well.
Serious schnoid.
Well, in that case, I think what we'll say is we haven't come to you looking on the market. I think what we'll say is that, presuming you're still in the market, you're still looking around. Are you still in the market?
Yeah.
Right. At some point, you both come to a crossroads.
I'm in the old boot, or whatever it's called. I'm in that place. Is it old boot? The old boot?
Dead Man's
Oh,
Boot.
Dead Man's Boot. That's down the second
It's a
level.
great name
Okay.
for a charity.
Down the second level. So you're heading for there.
Yeah, I'm smooching around.
In that case, if you could do a spot check, please.
Charity shopping.
24. While you are looking, since you have asked me previously that you want to do this, while you are looking round to see if there's anything, you see him stride across the sort of concourse bit and into the lift.
Okay, cool.
Very much.
That's right.
I am purposeful. Yes. You are also getting in the lift to go down to engineering.
Oh, here I am.
As you get into the lift, another person runs in,
Okay.
just in front of the doors closing, and you get the smell of alcohol. Sort of fills the lift. You are both in the lift at this point. You and Callahan.
Won't say anything. Just give a little bit of a nod.
You are sort of very much. It's. This guy is basically sweating alcohol, and he's sort of a little bit wobbly on his feet. He sort of leans against you and sort of looks at you and sort of. You come by ship, did you?
No, we swam.
Ah, we swam! I like it. Sort of nudges you. I like him. He's
I don't think he likes you.
and then he sort of. What do you mean he doesn't like me? He made a joke. So I was telling you, but this is really good. And then he sort of looks at you, and he stops, and he just sort of. You.
Yes, me.
Where are you from?
Out there.
No, I mean, where?
All over the place. I've been a few places.
Okay. By this point, the lift reaches the second level. Sort of, ding. Presumably, you.
I get off.
You step off.
Is it just me and him now on the lift?
It is just you and
I
him.
know Ash didn't handle himself, so.
He's like, no, I swear, I need. Oh, what time is it?
Kill him.
I don't have a watch.
Yeah, you look at your watch. It's about 11. It's about 11 a.m.
11. Okay. 11 a.m.
Oh, Oh.
Do you know me?
No, hold on. Could you... Does this sound weird? Could you... Just give me a sort of, just sort of...
Wake you up.
Wake me up, yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. If you could... if you could roll a touch attack for me.
Into the fucking wall.
Bloody fucking hell, it was an awful attack.
It's alright, he's not actually trying to resist you, so...
Straight up.
But 8 is just about enough, I think. Let me have a look.
Do I need to roll damage?
Kalima!
No, you don't roll damage. But it depends. Are you giving him what he requests, or are you actually slapping him properly?
This first time I'll give him a gentle one.
Okay, so it's just sort of enough to sort of...
Yeah.
What?
Work you are.
Oh! Yes. Brilliant, yeah. That was good. I like that. Very nice, sort of like a gentle sort of wake up. That's the kind of thing I like. Could you roll a reflex?
Oh no.
Probably not. I rolled a 5.
No, you can't. Before you can stop him, he very much he leans right across the lift and smashes the buttons.
Okay.
And the lift stops.
Cool.
And suddenly you get this impression that he's not in any way drunk.
Yep.
He's actually just done an amphilast. Poured drink over him, so it smells like it.
Sense motive everything.
He says, now listen.
That's the only thing I'm good at.
Actually, no, first of all, he then takes pulls a stick out, looks at you for a second, looks up, and then
smashes the camera.
It's a turkey hammer gone.
Fuck up with the dodgy people.
And then he puts his stick back in his coat. He says, "Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Don't panic. This is all of that for your own good. I need to get the other guy off. My name is William Buckley. I don't want any trouble. I have been sent to find you. Can you please confirm that your name is Ash Bishop?"
Yeah. That is me.
Fantastic.
Do you need your written scan?
God, I don't know.
The vegetarian apparently.
They are vegetarian.
That's what I bought.
No.
Take them down the road.
What I need you to do is show me your right forearm.
Okay.
Do you do so?
Yeah.
On your right forearm, he sees.
My factory unit.
He sees. Yeah.
Yeah, from Power Fist. Yeah.
Yep. And he goes, "Yep. You are exactly who I'm looking for. I have heard you asking for information, and I believe you're being pointed towards a man called Rustfeld."
He is the man I've been asked to contact.
Consider this your contact. I was sent by Rustfeld. I am to procure an item for him, and you can help me with that item. It's you.
He needs to procure me.
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't let him call me an item.
He then
Sorry.
reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a piece of paper. It is very battered. This is where you'll find the answers you're looking for. And on the piece of paper, presumably you open it.
Of course.
On the piece of paper, it's directions to a small planetoid called the Rusted Heart, which, from what you can understand, deals in rare, unique space vessels.
Okay.
And he says, if you want to find out more, this is the man to talk to. If you have any questions, now is the perfect time to ask.
How do you find me?
No, I'm not going to make you do that, because you have actually been relatively nice to him to this point. So he says, one thing you have to understand is that you are yourself remarkably unique. And look, I've been authorised by Mr. Rustfeld to explain to you that there is a price on your head.
Unlucky! Shit!
How much?
You're not on the lift!
How much?
$10 million credits.
Let me out of that force field, mate.
How much on the gauntlet?
Oh, well, some money then.
Yeah,
Can I do a listen check from where I am?
A listen check from the garrison?
He's an alien, he won't be able to do that.
No!
He's got remote listening.
Now, Mr. Rustfeld knows the kind of people that are willing to find you for that money.
I'm pretty sure everyone would be willing to find me for that money.
He is very keen that the majority of people that are of those types will not find you. He will offer you a chance.
Would Mr. Rustfeld know if there is any problem amongst the people I'm travelling with? With the ship, do I have to worry about any of them being any of those people?
At the moment,
You'll happily become one of those people.
at the moment, the price on your head is being circulated through the underworld. As far as we are aware, it is not a widespread, common knowledge witch hunt. It is for certain types of people.
My old crew?
Your old crew would certainly be amongst them. The people that were in charge of your old crew would most definitely be amongst them. And he would suggest that while anonymity will last for a while, it will not last forever.
I might need a better disguise than I have at the moment.
Get a moustache.
Got a beard, mate.
Big blue hat.
If you could find a way to alter yourself even more,
So I need some surgery.
I would suggest that, yes.
Our ship is exceedingly damaged. The ship that we travelled here is exceedingly damaged right now. We have no way of really travelling to anywhere as much as we need to. Is there any contacts or anything that Mr. Rustfeld could put towards our ship to help it so we could travel in the right direction? Any useful repairs or anything along those lines?
Mr. Rustfeld has asked me to urge you that while Bartholomew's port is a natural location for someone such as yourself, it is also a natural location
For the hunter.
for people who are looking for you.
This is why we need our ship repaired as soon as we can to be able to leave this area.
The people here are suspicious of fast-moving people. People who move too fast, who want things too much, they're a danger. My advice to you would be, don't act like you need to get out of here quickly. And he sort of...
But I have this. And I'll have shown the thing I just got in the market.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As you say, we can't get out of here too quickly. Would you have any contacts who'd be able to, or even yourself, sort this out for me and have it delivered back to me? That's the reason I'm going down to the engineering department. But by the sounds of it, I want to keep as far out the way as I can, so the least I can get seen, the better.
He sort of takes it, not to take it from you, but sort of... I might know just the guy. If you give me an hour? Very good. I think that
Will he need any money?
Consider this part of Mr. Rusfeld's dedication.
Well, give him my sincerest gratitude.
Very welcome. At which point he presses the button. Which floor are you going to?
Oh, I'll go back upstairs, then I don't need to go to engineering anymore.
Fantastic. Second floor. So,
I can imagine this bit. This would be like. Did you see Spaceball last week? Don't watch it.
yes, there's an awkward moment in the lift as they sort of.
So, do you spend much time here in the bay?
as he gets to the second.
Come here often?
He gets to the second floor. Do you get off at the second floor, or are you getting off at the top floor again? Top second.
I might just go hide in the grog barrel in a very dark corner.
That's absolutely fine. He says, "Well, I'm going back up to the top. I need to speak to my contacts." Yes.
The gentleman who is in here with me.
Yes.
Any information on him?
Mr. Rusfeld is interested in technology, not people. Unless he has made any specific move against you to this point, I would remain cautious rather than. What's the bloody word I'm looking for?
Friendly?
No, accusative. It's not the word I was looking for.
Accusatory.
Yeah. And as the doors sort of the lift close, the sort of says, "Oh, by the way." Lex says hello. Lift goes up.
So you're missing.
Just before the door closed. You're a bella.
You know what I mean?
No, that was an actual happy one.
Foul play, man.
No, Ash has a bit of a smile on his face.
Is it Lex with 2 X's?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
So we're now going to move to Dead Man's Boots. For yourself.
Oh. Okay.
These are made for walking. That's just what they're going to do.
You walk into the shop, and it's dark. You see a few things hanging from the ceiling. It's not dusty, but it's dark. It's sort of lit by the space equivalent of candlelight.
Okay. Does it have that smell of lots of things that shouldn't be together in one place?
Yeah, basically. It's got a very sort of. You look around the items and you sort of notice that many of them are. You don't get 2 of many items in this place, apart from obviously pairs of shoes. But probably one jumps in on that one. But you don't get too many. You don't see in a
dead guy.
in a normal shop you see like a rack of things.
Yeah.
And they're all very sort of higgledy-piggledy, very much what you.
Okay.
There's no sort of. It's not a themed shop in that sort of sense. Behind the counter, right at the back of the shop, you see sort of Bernard Black style hair, the bobbing up and down. And you hear this sort of
from Black Book.
yeah. Actually, this guy reminds you. You sort of hear him speaking. He reminds you very much of. He won't remind Callahan. He'll probably remind you of Bernard Black a little bit.
Shooting.
From this point on, I apologise to any Irish people that watch this.
Oh God, here we go.
Get in the fire.
Honestly, these people just come in and take their things and...
I ignore him.
That's fine. Are you looking for anything specific in the
Just yeah, I'm looking at something that could be like a gift or something. A souvenir of some type.
Okay.
But there's nothing specific in this shop. There's to this place.
It's not really. No, I mean.
Okay. I would like to try and get something like that from this place. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, you can sort of.
Actually, do you know what? No. Is there anything in particular that kind of sticks out for what I would be looking for instance?
Are you looking for the gifts or for other things?
Both.
One thing you do see. Actually, if you could roll a spot check.
I will attempt to.
Actually, hold on. We won't. You're looking specifically for stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a search check then. What did you roll on search?
Do you want to re-roll?
You can re-roll it. Yeah.
Thank you.
That means he got fuck all.
You got 10 more than his last one.
16.
16. You're looking around. You're sort of finding odds and ends here and there. And every now and then you sort of hear fucking chicken from behind the counter. And then you spot, while you're looking, you pull these sort of bric-a-brac items apart. Right at the back, sort of tucked away, almost forgotten, covered in a little bit of dust.
Yeah.
You find what it looks like a wristband. Okay. Not a sort of sweatband like that, but it looks like something that went. It's metallic, you think, looking at it.
Like a bangle.
Yeah, no, not quite. It looks like it came from a bit of armour.
Okay.
Or it would have been a bit of sort of part of an armour, not necessarily functional, but
Yeah.
to sort of. And
Does it look like one of those ye olde pit boys?
not quite.
Is it that kind of like it's a bracer type?
It's not quite that. Yeah, it's a bracer, but it's only about that big.
Okay.
But what you see on it is you see in white, emblazoned upon it, you see a circle with a cross at the top. Yes, with a 7, what looks like a 7 in the middle of it.
Okay. I will pick it up.
Okay. When you pick it up, it's not heavy, but it's definitely metallic.
Okay.
Do you want to examine it, or?
I'll slow some dust off of it.
Yeah, you blow the
and
dust
have a
off.
little. I imagine I'll put it on.
You put it on. Nothing happens.
Okay.
But as you open it, you're sort of messing with it. You look at it. The white is not as. It looked very white at the back when it was in the shadow.
Yeah.
But it's sort of dull, more when you brought it out. It's actually more dull looking now. But that's the only thing on it. That is the only thing on it. There's nothing
Give it
else.
Is it like a screen on it or something?
No, it's literally. You feel like it's decorative rather than functionary.
Is it something? Obviously, I know about the kind of the symbol. That's it. Is it something I recognise? Does it feel like it's some kind of strange familiarity when I put it on, or?
No, not really. You definitely recognise the symbol, but that's all you recognise of it. I should point out the first time you've seen the symbol ever in your life is that. So to see the symbol here is.
I don't remember checking. I tried to check this, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. So at which point you hear, "You're gonna fucking pay for that, I presume."
What's my charisma? Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably. Give it a go. I mean,
pay for what?
Oh, fuck it. You're gonna have to bluff your way out of that one. You're wearing it.
10.
No. 14.
Nice.
Never mind. And he just goes back to us. Just goes back to us thinking, people come in here making me confused.
We're the dickiest dick crew ever.
I will go to him and I'm like, I can see that you've got a lot of inventory here in your.
Yes, you can. What do you want?
Is there anything that I could perhaps take off your hands for free? I'd be doing you a favour. I see you're a very, very busy man, and I'd like to help you.
If you can, please roll a diplomacy check.
Probably not.
Anything I could have?
3.
What kind of feckless idiot do you think I am? Taking off my hands for free? I don't think so, Sunshine. It's going to be a long time before someone pulls the wool over Jeremy Ailing's eyes.
Jeremy Ailing?
Yes, that's his name, Jim.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Fucking
So
hell.
Grandad in the corner.
Jesus, just because you've done nothing for 2 sessions.
I'm going to refresh them having a lovely sleep.
I was going to go read him a story while he's asleep.
No, you can't take anything off my hands for free. Do you know how hard I have to work to procure all these items?
I can see you. You look like a very busy man, as I said. But I won't keep you from the work. I'll be on my way.
Fine, good. Well, thank you for your. Oh no, wait, you didn't buy anything, did you? Thank you for your time.
I didn't. And I walk out and I go prick. And I'm like,
And just some more inmates. Fucking gibberish, fuck! Under the breath under the door.
oh, can I accidentally
Irish.
knock over a display as I walk out?
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Second
Oops.
Yeah, you little shit! I'm gonna flip you. You sort of hear from behind the shop, and then now, as you walk out of the shop, one of the crew of Bartholomew's port comes up to you.
These guys in the kind of nondescript uniforms
They-
being inside. So.
Yeah, they are. The uniform is very much you. Again, you get the feeling that they nicked it or repurposed it, but it all has this sort of very kind of similar feel. It's a leather jerkin with the holster over the cross here, where you can see the shotgun bullets and stuff. They're the only people that really wear that sort of thing.
Okay.
Excuse me, are you Captain Callahan?
Who wants to know?
I do.
And you are?
I am someone who's been sent to you by the captain of this spaceport. He would like a word with you and your crew. He would kindly suggest that it would be it might well be worth your while to meet him in his quarters at the entire crew's convenience.
Well, I'll round up my crew and come and meet with this captain of yours. Where, where would you like us to meet?
You can meet outside. If you can meet us outside the crew barracks, he points. You're here, just sort of down here, sort of about. It's a fair old way. It's about it's a mile long. It's about half a mile away. You can sort of just make out the raised bit. It's down there.
And may I ask exactly what this meeting is about?
Let me double check. There's nothing sensitive in there. There shouldn't be. There you go.
Oh my god, it's a giant penis.
As some of my crew might take a little bit of convincing them that this meeting is above board.
All I'm at liberty to this. Actually, if you could roll a diplomacy check.
Mate, I want to see it. It was terrible. It was
7. With the 7, he sort of looks at you and says, all I can tell you is that if you don't come, the captain won't be so polite and ask him.
Very well, I'll do my best to round the crew, but if
so basically he's not asking this.
if the captain needs to collect my crew, then you're more than welcome to.
That was sort of a mischievous smile.
He's not going to tell us any of this.
Well, I'm sure I'll make the crew's day. And he sort of walks off.
That's probably easier if you fucking run.
Right, so does anybody have any notes for me at this point?
Yeah, I'm just about to give you one.
Right, okay.
And also,
just someone give me that.
Oh god, yeah. I should read that.
Unsurprisingly, I've got nothing.
I'm just wondering how long it's been.
Which I know we discussed a while ago.
Notepad and some Z's.
Yes, the second one.
Yeah.
You may wish to speak.
That's what I was asking the guy in the shop kind of for.
Not so much that, but you may wish to speak to other members of your crew because you remember that you have a large hunk of metal.
Yes, we do.
Attached to the bottom of your ship.
We do.
The first one, you can. So the first one you can. How do I do this? Yeah, you can go to the marketplace.
If that's.
Oh well, no, it wouldn't be the marketplace. Go to the hangar. Go to the hangar master.
Okay.
And you can ask.
Yeah, I will ask the necessary. Just I've got a friend who's got one of these things, and
the harbour master said. Presumably, this is going to be a slightly run-down version of the conversation.
Yeah, sure.
But he sort of says, "Well, I mean, it's a tempting offer, but can you guarantee it's yours to give?"
I can guarantee it.
I will speak to my people. We'll see what we can round up for you.
Very good. I can go speak to you later.
Okay.
such dicks.
If you
got my other notes as well.
if you can let me know, if you could write on that what specifically you're looking for.
But yeah, also it comes with a couple of crew members. Just two at the moment. One's unconscious.
You know what? Yeah, we can add that to the deal.
Cool. Just swing up a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it technically becomes.
Medic that we picked up on there.
Oh, the woman. Right.
I mean that, that's technically slavery.
Indentured servant.
I don't think there's any chance.
They're kind of freelancers, so I'm sure you could pay them to stay on if you wanted to.
Freelancers.
You haven't even woken up.
At this point, it is time.
Jim's gonna wake
Klutz
up.
to wake up.
Hey!
Sorry, mate, I'm busy.
As you come round.
How's your leg?
As you come round, you wake up, you see the ceiling of the medical bay ahead of you, above you. You try and move, force field is back in place, but you do hear Layla turn to you, the woman, you don't know her name yet. Ah, you're awake. How are you feeling?
So what do I say? I'm just lying down looking up.
You can sort of, as she says that, she sort of presses a button next to the bed, and the sort of the pillow bit of the bed lifts up, so you are
force field up.
The force field follows you, yeah, but you are
not pushed into the force.
Squish like a bug in a bed.
Just having a bad day.
My dad put the window up on the car when I was holding on to it. He was going, fuck!
Oh god.
So what you see is an empty medical bay, apart from her. And she sort of steps back from there. She says, "Now, I mean you no harm. Let me."
Where is he?
Where's who? Well, there were at least two men that pointed guns at you.
Don't play silly fuckers. Where is he?
They're all on the space station.
Where am I?
You're on the medical bay where you were last time. My name is Layla Hyadan. I have repaired your suit and repaired your suit, yes, and I have fixed your knee. I would still be careful. It's still going to be ginger for a couple of days. I wouldn't suggest you.
Why have you tied him?
Don't laugh at that. That was shit.
That's really not bad, yeah.
Sorry, it's a human expression. It's still going to be tender to walk on for the next day or so, but you will be fine.
Why have you prepared me?
I'm a doctor. It's what I do.
Okay, this guy goes quiet for a bit now.
Okay.
He doesn't understand why he's been helped.
Yeah. While you are being quiet,
he gets sold.
Well, I mean, potentially yes, but while you're being quiet, what you see is another force field come up to your side that is the height of the room and the width of the room, and then the force field over you dissipates. Says, well, at least now you can get some exercise, train that knee up.
Alright, so I sit up on the end of the bed. I do all this kind of stuff, and I'm checking my tunes. I'm checking myself over.
Really?
I'm grabbing my knee, I'm going, yeah, it's up. Ow! Matt, this voice is so much better than the other one.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
Yes, as I said, it will be tough for a couple of days, but hopefully, provided that the captain will allow you to stay here, I shall personally look after you. I have no other ties. My father's ship was compromised, and
I want to go for a walk.
I'm not entirely certain that would be wise at the moment. Give it maybe a couple of
I'm
hours.
wearing my coat still, aren't I?
You are still wearing your coat, yes.
Okay.
Give it a couple of hours maybe, and let the knee. It's still remending. And
Let's flash your coat.
Where's my gun?
you didn't have a gun when you were brought into sickbay.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay, he gets up and he walks up. How big's this space?
Probably about half the size of this room. So imagine where the middle of this table is. You've got that.
Okay, so he takes a little stroll around.
Basically, you're in on the medical bay. You're in that bed there, and it's just force fields all that bit.
So he walks around the bed.
Yeah, it's enough to stroll a little bit. And
yeah, he looks around and he kicks the force field.
That falls over.
With his good leg.
Which is now his bad leg.
Nothing happens. It's a medical force field. It's not designed to hurt you. It's designed to just keep you in. So you sort of see this sort of wave of the force field as you kick it, but it doesn't. You don't hurt. It doesn't hurt you.
So what happens now then?
Well, I don't know. It rather depends on Captain Callahan, because while
Who's Captain Callahan?
he is, she's intelligent.
I'm sure we actually introduced ourselves before we.
No. But if he's forgotten which one shot him, Layla is a doctor and preserving life is her. He is the one who didn't point his gun at your face.
Kill him.
Well, no, but he did point his gun at his knee and blow it off.
Not with that stupid thing that comes out of his hand.
Yes, that's the one.
Who's the other prick?
He's the pilot. I don't believe we were ever formally introduced. I think they called him Ash.
Axe.
Doubtful. I don't know. I've only been with the crew about 48 hours.
What happens now then?
Well, if Captain Callahan will allow me to continue tending you without resorting to violence, then I imagine if you are happy to, we will stay with the crew for a little while longer, at least until you are safe enough to travel.
I'm sure that makes you really happy.
These are my friends.
Oh, joy. Where those coordinates are as well, which is I mentioned.
Yes.
And am I in this room already?
Did you go back to the ship when you finished?
Have I got any physio on my knee or anything?
Well, I did do. What I've basically done is I've completely reconstructed your knee. Now, bearing in mind that while I am well aware of your physiology, there are still chances that you will not react to treatment the same way that humans would react to treatment. So, while
I'm better than them.
at this point she gets out. She has a
You
look.
can't hear any of this.
I know, but you're still going to die.
She has a look at you with her trained medical answers. You do seem to be healing quicker than even I expected. But I would still strongly suggest that when we found you, your ship was in a bad way. You were unconscious when you landed, or at least when we caught your ship. I would like to do a full medical workup.
Come through, maybe.
What the fuck's going on?
It's the flasher coat that is never choose to go in a trench coat.
Then it gas cancels this.
What is it that requires me to be so close?
Happiness. You want to do a full examination. You can't do it from over there.
She reaches over to the table and picks up a medical scanner.
Gutted.
I wish I could kick with a rubber glove.
A really old.
Oh my god! Force field glove.
I probe you, you probe me.
And should have said, I'm pretty sure I've got all the equipment I need on this side. Not an intentional double entendre, but go with it.
He sits down again, he goes for a walk, just sits down again. And just does this with his bad leg. I can't do this one because I've put it in uncomfortable.
I can't do this one because I've actually damaged this leg. Yeah, that's fine. Is there anything else you do, or...?
There's not a lot I can do, to be honest, Chris.
Not at the moment, no. Not at the moment, no.
But I will, before we move on anywhere else, I won't look you in the eye,
Yeah.
but I will say, thanks for your help.
You're welcome. It's my job. So
that's interesting.
Yep.
Yep. You failed to seduce our medical officer.
I offered her in. She went for plastic instead.
Story of your life, Adrian.
Mate, it's plastic and silicone. Just
Silly mate. He likes some pink.
I haven't even rolled a dice yet.
No.
3 hours in.
Do you want to roll one?
Right, last game.
Around the amount of time to set before we head back in that direction.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to him anyway, and I'm planning to do that. I would be
As you are heading back, another member of the crew of Bart's Port comes to you and says, "You on the garrison?"
Brilliant.
Bluff.
Straight in.
Yeah, I can't do that very well. It's a 7.
It's a 7.
It's genuinely like
Super.
He holds up a crew manifest of the I.S.S Garrison, points at your picture and says, "You on the garrison?"
Why is he asking? Maybe.
Captain Inderfoot is asking us to collect every member of the garrison. We did ask your captain about half an hour ago to summon you, but he doesn't seem to have done that. So,
He doesn't.
if you could please make your way to the outdoors of the crew barracks, we shall be met there. And if you're going to struggle, at least make it worth my while.
I just
no.
Okay.
It's been half an hour.
I wouldn't have run on
just have
struggle snuggle.
It's like
a place to be. But no.
if it's on the garrison, I don't think many of your people are going to be there for much longer.
Fucking hell.
The captain wants to meet all of you.
The captain of
That doesn't sound
Bartholomew.
particularly pleasant. Well, it's not like I'm not gonna fly away. I can't fly. For shite.
Okay. Okay, do your deal.
Do you want to see what bus pass?
Alright, I'm listening.
Basically, look.
I can't fly. Just in case you're checking.
Look, basically, frankly, it's I'm on hour 12 of a 12-hour shift. If I let you go back to the ship, bring your mates with you. I don't want to walk there and back.
Okay. I'll spread the word.
Oh, thank Christ. Alright, fine. And what's your touch armor class?
Touch 14.
Okay. As he walks past you, so he goes, "Attaboy." Goes off.
Okay.
Got a name tag stuck to him, hasn't he? Terry, Barry, Fred.
No, Barry on the other shoulder.
Barry, I prefer Barry.
Actually, I think because of the name tag, he will immediately check where he's just. How sheer paranoia.
Have I got a surname?
Yeah, if you could roll a search check.
Sure, give it a go.
I think Terry did have a surname, but we just...
Terry Thatcher.
Okay.
Wasn't Terry Terrison?
18.
18.
TT.
Yeah. What you do is you pull it round, and you see it's very cleverly disguised.
Thatcher low as well.
But on
That's a very lucky roll.
on just on your shoulder, you see it's the same. It looks like it's been made to look the same material as your robes, but there's just a tiny little unnatural-looking bump.
Do I have the suspicion that's some sort of beacon or a tracker?
What is? Do you have engineering or science as a skill?
No, it would just be an assumption. I have nothing.
What is? Well, actually, you've got
technologically.
You do have intelligence. Do you? What's your intelligence?
0.
0.
Zero. A minus figure. Come on.
If you can roll intelligence. If you
9.
9, you go.
As in no.
You look at it and go, that wasn't there before, which is correct. So it's an intelligent thing to say. So but that's what you get from it.
Okay. Well, I literally as a just in case, only because I'm generally suspicious of most people, and he has put something on me. I'm just going to take it off,
And it explodes.
and I would like to try and just immediately put it on a passerby.
Excellent.
Okay. So you found it, so you know where it is. So if you could roll, let me look at Sam's sheet because I don't have one of my own to hand.
Anything that have the rolls on the luck of the rolls.
If you could roll a, that's unfortunately you would require a disabled device to get it off.
Doesn't just pull off. It's not just sticky.
No.
No. Okay.
You try and you sort of every attempt you make, it's like when you pull off. If you pull one bit of it off, the bonding of it seems to get stronger on other places.
Okay. I don't have disabled devices as a skill. You can't do it untrained.
No. I mean, there is one thing you can do.
Yeah, I'll just take my jacket off.
There we go.
I am now topless, which is a little bit, because he has only got like a sort of
trousers and
it's basically a tramp jacket. Like it's just full of it's sort of it's a little bit long, but it's just like rags, right? Because that's kind of all he wears. So I'll just take it off, and particularly, does this place have really poor people around?
Which floor are you on?
I mean, it's warm enough.
Which floor are you on?
I was on the way back to the ship, so that's up to you, really.
Dude, just go give it to Dead Man's Boots.
Just want to hand it to a passerby.
I mean, you can.
You're getting the bin.
It's really hot in this ship. Just give it to some passerby.
You can do that.
I'll hand it to them and I'll just keep walking without them able to
react. You can hand it to a random passerby, yeah? Okay, cool. So you've done that, wonderful.
I'll just keep getting
so then you make your way back to the ship?
Yeah.
And again, are you going to inform your crew that they're wanted?
Nah.
Okay, fine. In that case, you get a similar experience where he comes in. By this point, because they've had the crew manifest handed to North Palmat, they now know the crew that are on the ship.
Yeah. I don't think they particularly want to speak to me, so I would let them get rounded up.
That's fine, yeah.
Not all of them, but
you get the impression from this place that when the guards are told to do something, they will do it. They're not. It's not a kind of we must do it because we've been ordered to. It's just a case of the captain said it, so we'll do it. Then when they approach you, they're not unpleasant unless either of you try and resist. But
it was half an hour. It's been over half an hour, right?
Yes.
Since he got told. How long have I been sitting in the grog? Because I'm kind of waiting for someone to come back to me within an hour.
You've been spoken. It's about an hour.
Have I been able to do what I needed to then?
What the stuff you gave me in the note?
Yeah, and also I wanted to go to the marketplace, didn't I?
Yes.
So I was looking at mods, but I haven't actually been able to.
Yeah, that's no. Yes, you're quite correct. I do need to come back to that. Sorry, I'm getting.
There's a lot of shit going down.
Yes, I'm getting. It's because there's so much. Because you're all doing different things.
You can
notes. Characters have decided to separate.
If you want, just leave me in the grog barrel for a bit. Deal with Sam. And sort
Yeah.
that out.
Okay.
Because I'm just sitting there waiting.
Literally, I'm just going to do exactly as I go back to the midway where he is. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go and hang by the hangar where
that's
the
fine.
guy said. And stand.
So you wanted to. What was it you were in the marketplace for? Weapon mods.
Yeah, I'm specifically looking for a scope to make it easier.
Well, if you're looking for something specific, do a search check for me so you can have a look around the market. I should have got this out of the way straight away. 6 times.
No.
That is a natural one. You walk into the market, look around the first few stalls, go.
Guess they don't sell scopes.
And then turn around. It is when you turn around that you are confronted by the guard.
Right, okay.
Who relays the same message. You are invited to meet the captain. They're rounding up the phone because the captain hasn't seemed to have rounded anyone up.
Okay.
Do you resist? Do you?
Basically, I'll just say to him, I'll be there shortly. I just need to do one more thing the captain's asked me to do, and I'll be down there.
Yeah, fine. In terms of
yeah, right. Just make sure.
In terms of that note,
yeah.
Keep nose clean.
You know everything everything there is to know about that.
Okay.
And that's all public domain.
Okay, so that's fine.
In terms of
anything else,
that was to do with that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The same thing.
If that's all like stuff in general, is there anything specific to this port then?
I'm being a very, very, very bad DM. Could you please? What's your touch armor class?
He's going for 13 on you. Don't let him.
13.
Yeah, take your clothes off.
Could you do? In that case, could you do a
Last one.
check?
Catch his hand and break it.
7.
7. You don't spot anything. But someone sort of you hear psst, psst behind you as you're walking around the station. Do you turn around? Mm-hmm. In front of you there is a woman. You don't recognise her, but she looks at you very frankly and says, "Don't speak." She's not. Say looks at you. She's sort of. It's sort of like your sort of shoulder to shoulder kind of thing. She's looking. The old man sent me.
Go on.
He has a message. Home is no longer safe. Your little bird spoke to me. We must move quickly. Come to my perch as soon as possible. That's.
And then I slice of credit for her trouble.
Fantastic. One more thing. Direct from the crow.
Yeah.
Watch your back.
My literal back right now.
That's all I got.
No.
Thank you. At which point she goes off. And you are free to carry on your way.
Trust them. When
Cool.
you said this
And
is
then in
what
that case,
it was
I'll
last time.
check the coordinates of and get the logbox
Shut in the room.
from the
What's the person that didn't do the
Oathbreaker? Yes. Or the garrison? Because you've got two. You've got the black box of the Oathbreaker and of the garrison.
I'll do both. If it takes quick, if it just takes like 5 seconds to upload.
Well, no, it's not unlocked. You have to unlock it because you have to take it out of the ship.
Well, we'll do the garrison before.
Bless you in advance for the next one.
So we can,
Yeah. You downloaded the black box recording of the Oathkeeper.
The garrison one is still.
The garrison one is in the physical black box.
that's fine. We'll do that before we leave.
Cool. Remind me of your touch armor?
See, I never would have
10.
known that was even a thing if you hadn't
10 is your
made
touch
me
armor.
paranoid. Give me a favour.
Just missing.
Fucking NPCs.
Is this another person trying to grab me?
No, they're not trying to grab you.
It's the first encounter.
A figure walks past,
Blinding my gears, man.
and you don't see it, but the colour of the coat looks similar to the person that was before, and You get the impression they were trying to push something into your hands, but they missed, and something hits the floor.
I'm going to turn on my heel and see if I can spot the person in the jacket still.
If you could do a spot check,
Nope. What, is that cocked or is that a 1?
I'll count that as cocked.
Fucking hell.
That's a 17.
No, you can't see them.
But they've gone.
They're gone. They're gone.
With a 7, Ian, can I see what's on the floor?
You can indeed. What is on the floor is this.
Ooh, you got your package.
And we shall take a small break there, YouTube. So come back in another couple of minutes' time, or we shall finish this session off probably. I don't know how long it's going to be. It depends on what these guys want to do.
How are we going to fuck up your game again?
It's not for me.
We shall see you very soon. Thank you. We'll see you very soon, guys.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Ponsonby. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out the center of our galaxy, to boldly go where everyone has gone before.
That's how we start the recording.
Welcome back to the Black Sun D&D. As we left it off before the break, Callahan is waiting outside the hangar, the crew barracks, to meet the captain. Smoke is going to make his way there very soon. Klutz is still unconscious.
No, he's awake. He's walking around in his tiny little...
Klutz is now awake.
You knocked me unconscious again.
Sorry.
You just woke up.
Klutz is unconscious. No, he's not.
Klutz's leg gave him injury and he fell over and knocked himself
Klutz
out.
takes 11 points of pissing off the DM damage.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Direction.
Jake done that.
We are going to very quickly pop to the grog barrel, where we meet. We see Ash sat in a corner, and Will Buckley comes up and approaches you. So scans the bar, goes, "There you are." So it takes a roundabout way around the bar.
Well hidden.
I'm so hidden right now.
Will Mr. Buckley knows what he's looking for.
Oh yeah.
And he sort of he sits on the table next to you. So you're on this table, he's on that table, and you're sort of back to back.
Okay.
So it says, I've spoken to my associates. I've spoken to my associates, and we have managed to clean this up for you. And he sort of reaches his hand down and taps you.
I'll give him the reach around as well.
Yeah, wonderful. And let's see now. Let's see which one.
Is that you or is
What's better than most?
I think it's mine.
I think that was nice. We was divvying out some treasure. Was that you? Or just fuck him a gold coin just as a dig. After I told Connor to get his hands off our treasure.
And just for anyone listening right now, this is a completely different game.
Yeah, that's a game.
Let's
Let's have a look, Carl.
And he hands you that. He then.
read that as well now?
Sweet.
He then says to you.
Flicking the fuck.
He then, sort of getting up, readjusting himself, says, "Fly well."
Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Sorry, I'm sure you will. Better give him his accent since it matters. He then, leaves.
Cool.
And what do you do now?
Do I know that we're needed yet?
No, not yet. Unless
Anything 2, 3 of them know?
only him know at the moment. Yeah.
I might try and contact the queue with our little radio.
Yeah,
Try and get
yeah.
in touch with the crew and be like, Captain, if you... can we do specific one-to-one?
Yeah, it's not a communication, so it's basically a mobile phone. So you
Okay, if I've got the captain's,
Which you
then I
probably
will
will do,
radio Captain Callahan.
Have we got him on Instagram, Snapchat?
Yeah, get in touch with Mr. Callahan. Captain, you receiving over?
Have we got like headpieces or something? Or
You've all. Sorry, I'll explain this while you're away. Everyone has. Everyone has. It's kind of a standard thing you all get. You didn't get unless you decide specifically not to have one. It's basically a mobile phone.
Okay, this is a direct. It's not like an open frequency.
No, it's a direct.
Or the whole
To you, yeah.
Receiving.
I've just made contact with someone who has very interesting information to acquire a new ship, which would be far more useful for us in future endeavours. Did you want to come meet me? I'm at the grog barrel right now, and I can pass on details of the information.
I'm currently running outside the crew barracks, and I have actually been making some inquiries myself about a possible ship upgrade. So I think we should talk.
Do you want to meet me here, or shall I come to you?
I think it's probably better if you come to me, as there are other people here on this port who are eager for us to meet with their captain.
Okay, I'll be right there, Captain. Over.
Over now.
I'll get up and leave. Quite a happy little jaunt. Also, Captain, I've finally become...
Yes, but you'd have to know they were being made. And you wouldn't be aware of that one.
Even though I've got nothing else to do.
I mean, you'd have to... One thing. I'm assuming now you make your way to...
Yeah.
You'd have to, from where you are in the ship, you couldn't do that anyway.
Right, understood.
Just to clarify, usually, I don't think you saw it on the camera. My brolly fell over, and that is what scared the shit out of Jim Kelly.
Scared me.
Yes, everything's
Fucking YouTube, kind of your plank.
I've got video footage of you going when that happened. So we now jump back to Garrison, which is where you are walking to. You walk in. Where are you at this point on the Garrison?
I found some bits that I missed from tidying up.
Yeah, cool.
On the floor in the engine room.
Yeah, cool. You're in the engine room. You're still where you are.
No, I think I'm... Oh yeah, you're right.
I'll go to him first.
Okay, yeah.
Just literally to tell him
the message
that we're all needed, and yeah, literally as simple as that. And then
I'm not part of any crew, so I'll just wait here.
Oh God!
Oh,
mate, love it.
I told the guy that I said.
You've done your
I said thank you.
That's cool. Appreciate it.
So then you go to the medical bay.
Yeah.
You see Layla looking at a computer, and you see him stood up. Well, you see him not straight. Out in the force field.
Kill him fine. Well, good morning, Buttercup.
Klutz is sitting there like this, and he's sort of, because I've not heard this voice before.
No, you haven't.
No.
Who are you then?
I suppose I'm a part of the crew. I'm not 100% sure.
You and me both.
I'm kind of on the ship. Well, that's as far as I'll go for now. But
have you got my gun?
I absolutely don't have your gun. But
are you still topless?
yeah. Excuse the nipples.
Okay, good.
I wasn't present for your first encounter with the crew, but I've heard you're having a bad day.
There was a person I didn't see, but I heard. Where are they?
I'm gonna need a bit more information than that.
Well, there was one, a guy that was full of fucking shit. That was trying to kill me.
That's a few of them on the ship.
And there was another fella, bloke's voice, talking to me. I didn't see him.
Alright.
I saw your captain. And I saw his little monkey.
Okay, look, I think
Into
that everybody has got off on the wrong foot. The guys that I'm currently travelling with are not known for diplomacy, and I think perhaps we could try and establish some form of equilibrium.
When you say that, Klutz turns his head away, and you won't see it because you've just got a mask on. All he does is bow his head and then sit up in a sort of meditating position for all of 5 seconds. And he turns around and goes,
How'd you plan this then?
Right.
Yeah.
I would send this on a note, but it doesn't matter because there's nobody else here. So, how is the force field activated?
Layla's in the room, see, so you can ask her.
Interesting.
Okay.
She turns to you and said, it's just a simple force field. There's a generator in the wall, I can turn it on as I see fit.
Okay. In the spirit of a fresh start, I don't think it's very good to establish.
Look at them eyes.
A relationship that isn't we're keeping you prisoner if you're trapped behind a force field. So
I agree.
Well, I have to agree.
If you're happy, switch it off.
He is unarmed, and
so am I, by the way.
and he didn't.
Showing the nipples this time.
He didn't
Bullets.
do anything aggressive beforehand.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I did not threaten in the slightest.
You can pull that face on you fucking like.
Not strictly true. Words were used.
Yeah.
I just want a conversation, and I'm no prison guard. I'm not a big fan of prison guards.
Try 22. I'll try that.
At which point then says,
I was a witness to his attempt.
alright, but
You had a gun in my face.
He had a spike in my face.
He is still my patient, and if I feel at any moment that he is becoming under duress or requires rest, I will deal accordingly. Understood?
Absolutely. And if the captain asks, tell him I deactivated the force field, so you don't have to
How tall is
say it was you.
And how tall is Lila, please?
How tall are you?
5'10". This like
Layla's about 5'7". So they are average human size, I would say. At which point, she, with one last look at you and then look at Klutz. Force field is down. For the first time in the game.
As soon as this happens,
Seems like.
Klutz pushes himself off the bed, feels his knee a little bit, and then looks over to Terry and just walks straight up to him. And you won't, sorry Sansa, walk straight up to him, so we're like chest to chest. I'm 6'3".
looking up at you a little bit.
So it's chest to face, really.
Yes, it's chest to face. I'm just looking down. And where's Layla?
Layla is kind of away to the side. It's like where you two are, she's about here.
Okay. Looks across to Layla.
Layla!
And shoots
Humble
her.
DM.
Thank you very much.
And then he just looks around the room and goes for a little walk. Thanks, Simon.
So, I think we can establish that you have no enemies in here right now.
That's certainly true from my part.
So, I'm wondering what you're about. Like, why are you here?
I don't know why I'm here.
Maybe a bit of a rundown as to what happened.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay.
All I know is I had a crash. Since then, I've been shot.
Don't worry about it too much, mate.
Did any of you guys, when you first met him, other than just shooting shit out of him, did you talk to him? Did you try and did you ask him where he was from?
Basically, the way it worked, Matt, only two people went onto the ship to get him.
Which was me and Marc.
Yeah.
Okay,
So there was an unfortunate bit.
Rolled really badly. I was trying to talk, and he wouldn't, so he ended up getting shot. That's kind of how it went. He tried.
Sadly, but there were some problems. He was also convinced that Sam was out to kill him.
Okay.
He also said he was being chased.
No. You told him I was going to kill him.
Yeah, he has been convinced that you are.
Because I bluffed so well, he convinced that you were the one trying to kill him.
Yeah.
What's Terry's intelligence?
Okay. That's a 0, you.
Very wise, but not very intelligent. But you know, a man of peace when peace suits him. So did you discover where he was from?
They know if there's one neutral. That's clear.
Do you have any idea why you crashed?
Not really.
Just right, okay.
I was going at speed. I got in the way. I tried to get out of the way.
It's just a crop. You just can't fly. I can relate. Okay.
I suppose they nicked the L plates off my van as well, didn't they?
You've got a choice. I can do one of two things. One, you can try and square things up with the rest of the crew.
I don't think that's possible.
Well, that's entirely your choice.
It was the prick that shot me in the fucking knee.
I don't know, I wasn't here. I could hazard a guess, but I'm not going to. But option number 2. You're on a space station at the moment. Your ship is
spaceship.
No, the ship is docked in a space station at the moment. Your ship is here. Bartholomew's?
Do I know that?
Yeah.
Well, I've been there before.
Oh, you wouldn't have been there before. It's a common intra-species space station.
So as far as I'm concerned, you could effectively find your way off of the ship and go about your business. In which case, I'll wash my hands of the situation, but I'm not a big fan of keeping you prisoner. That seems strange and off topic. Do I like his coat? I don't know, what does it look like?
My coat is almost ankle length, and it's made of very fine fibres. It's like different colours all over it.
A bit like Joseph's coat.
Yeah. It's very attractive. Why do you ask?
It's got red and
So,
what's your name?
My name is Five, but the crew call me Terry.
Do you know that?
Not well.
you were on the. Do you know Lane?
Yeah.
You were on the ship. You were on the party that rescued him. You haven't been properly introduced until just the start of this one. So
Yeah. I know her about as well as you do.
Has she repaired you as well?
She hasn't had to so far.
You were my first and only patient aboard this ship.
Can't see that lasting very long.
there'll be stockpiles.
There'll be a queue at sick bay.
And she's going to walk off by that point.
It's going to be a good debate, the opening stand.
Here's the thing, this crew have a variety of skill sets, but we can always do with more, because we seem to be struggling in our travels. What is it you actually do?
What's in the in this room, please? What
It's
can I
just a
see?
medical bay. You've got 2 beds. One of which
Clutch is like walking around, he's talking.
there's 2 beds over here. There's a console and some cupboards over there. It is just a medical bay. It's a
Like
tiny
an
little
insane
medical
bed.
bay. It's like a what?
That's really funny, Jim. That is hilarious because I was literally thinking that exact same
No,
thing.
not a Nintendo.
Is it Nintendo?
Not a Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's very much a kind of. It's a very functional medical bay for a military scout ship. It's
So
quite small, probably about just like 100.
Sorry, guys.
About this room with about a quarter added onto it.
okay, so
So it's not
like
massive.
walking around and stuff like so forth, and
I'm trying to. The thing is, I want to do like a bit of a sense motive to see where he's coming from, but I'm not really
Well, it's like his
able to. I'm not perhaps asking the right questions to get a sense motive.
well,
So my questions really, it's what are you about? Like why? What is it you do? Are you a threat to us? Is kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Do I look like a threat to you? I'm unarmed. I've got one knee.
I have to say, you don't look like a threat to me, but
That's correct.
oh,
I wasn't here when they shot you.
I need to point something out to you actually. When I come up and squared up to you, I haven't seen this, but you'll have seen a cock and balls on a mask.
Around his eyes and nose.
Around his eyes and nose.
Yeah.
Am I aware of the physiology of his species?
Most
So
humans
I'm
aren't. You don't see.
just going to assume that that is a natural thing, and I'm not going
No,
to.
no, it's
because
no,
I feel
it's
like scratched.
He's
like a helmet visor
he
thing.
is in an encounter suit. Always, because the
Like
point-
Talia from Mass Effect.
okay.
yeah, basically think that because and again this is fairly common knowledge. The home world of the Vicoin Itrum, which is Itraski, its temperature is constantly in the -50s and 60s. So for him to leave the planet, he has to have cold very cold air pumping around his suit all the time, so you don't see it. So what you see is this beautiful sheened mask
with a cock and
balls drawn on.
I think I might know who that was.
Actually, I'd probably assume it was him.
Yep, yeah, he would, because he's trying to do it to you.
I didn't. Oh wait.
That was a beautiful one.
I'm just. Is it an intention? Some sort of intimidation thing? I don't know. That you have a set of human genitalia carved onto your forehead.
Am I aware of human genitalia?
No, that's why I'm saying. I didn't want to just say cock and balls because I didn't think you might.
You can speak common, which is what you're speaking now. So you would know what genitalia. You know what genitalia is, what the word means in common. You could probably then put two and two together.
You probably haven't seen a human
as to what he's saying.
You never know. Yeah.
I should put out there are no mirrors in the sick bay, but there are a couple of shiny surfaces.
Okay.
Can't you see it on the inside?
I'm just asking, are you aware of it?
It depends how deep.
Is it an intimidation thing? Is it on purpose? Did you do it, or did one of my crew?
What the fuck are you talking about?
There's a knob in you.
This is terrible.
To quote the intro video, what the galaxy needs now more than ever is a group of dedicated heroes.
A group of dedicated, a group of.
This is the
innocent.
To quote Matt from the first episode, is this not the group of heroes you want? But it's the group of heroes that you deserve.
I don't think anyone deserves this group of
Clutch is going to go for a walk to a shiny service and try and see what's going on. What can I say?
What you see is your suit that has been. You sort of see it's only bust up, so you sort of see your suit, which looks fine.
Yeah.
Your neck, which looks fine. Your helmet, which does have etched very shallowly into the glass the shape of.
Is that in steam or is it?
No, it's etched.
It was acid.
He's acid it. He's acid etched it into.
You could probably get that buffed out. I mean, the guys that I'm with have an interesting sense of humour. That's not actually on me anymore because I gave my jacket up with the name Terry on it, but I'm going to stick with it.
Yes, remember, you're having this conversation about an alien having a cock and balls on his face while in your boxers.
I want trousers on.
No, trousers, yes.
Well, like rags, really, but.
Do you want to have a cock and balls in your face?
So look, I think really, we need to work out what's going to happen because I don't want to keep you in here, and I think you need to deal with that situation.
Layla says, I might be able to find some crystalline substance that could at least, maybe not entirely fix, but it could certainly dull the effect.
This means fuck all to me.
Okay.
Maybe it does, but I think we should be better than that.
People might not take you seriously. That's all you're worried about. Every single charisma check, you're just going to be at a massive neck because you've got cock and balls on your face.
Roll a disadvantage.
I don't think that's got anything to do with the cock and ball.
I mean, it's kind of cruel to put any of you guys on disadvantage for charisma.
I've got a plus to mine.
Yeah.
Oh, let's be honest. The drawing of the ship has more charisma than this fucking guy.
Plus one. That's much more to do than 5. Do you trust me?
I can't say that I trust anybody, but you don't seem particularly hostile.
Shit's gonna get hostile.
Into the middle distance.
Whilst I think maybe I could probably rely on the fact that you would not instigate hostility. I can't count on the rest of the crew.
You're a good judge of character.
Do my best.
suspecting there should have been some rolls at the end of that sentence.
Yeah, perhaps we're going to go for a sense motive now, just on the general conversation, just to see
Yeah,
if
go
he's
for it.
in the...
And so you're rolling a bluff.
He's rolling a bluff.
Oh, fucking so.
What's your... Have you got any bonuses?
Have a follow.
So that's 27.
Are you telling him the truth?
What did I say?
In all
You
of
said
it,
he's a good shooter, which implied that you wouldn't fire first.
Yeah, my
You
sense
wouldn't
motive
instigate
is
the
generally on...
violence.
Yeah, I am telling the truth. I haven't got a gun.
you wouldn't start a fight with us.
I wouldn't fire.
No, you wouldn't start a fight with us.
It's the conversation, really, in general. Like, does he seem like he's on the level?
Yeah.
Or does he seem like, in fact, he's just biding his time
because
now
of-
because he
in
wants
game,
to get out of his room?
I am being totally honest. I'm being short with you because I don't necessarily trust you because you'll be these lot. But I'm telling the truth.
Trust me.
Apart from the very last bit of whatever it was, it was all.
Good plan. Well, I've got.
I would like to set the engines in the
I've
ship
got.
to explode.
Well, you can't do that from remote.
The crew has
It's a good
been
idea, though.
summoned to some kind of meeting. I don't know what that's about, but it seems important.
Are you classing me as crew?
No. I mean, I've been summoned to a meeting.
Are the others going to be there?
Aye. And if you came, they probably wouldn't kick off with guns because we're on a space station surrounded with people. Maybe you should come too.
Yes.
You're coming with me.
Well, I'm part of the crew and you're my patient, so where you go, I go.
Go and get my gun.
I don't know where your gun is.
Go and find my gun.
Do I have any idea where his gun is? Do I think that we store anything like that? As
You
like a
weren't
barrack?
there at
She
the
thinks it's
time.
part of the crew.
I know where it is.
I would say, I think maybe one of the crew probably has it. If you were taken prisoner, but I don't know who.
I do.
Anyway,
Did you sell it?
Oh yeah.
So we're all going.
We're all going to get
Okay.
I'm bringing the two people from the
If you could roll.
Yours is going to taste like licorice now.
What?
If you drop pizza on the floor, it tastes like licorice.
Is it maybe just that you drop your pizza on some licorice?
No.
If you could roll a listen check for me.
We're eating licorice and then eat some pizza.
Just nope.
I'll be a 2.
A 2, yeah, you hear nothing. So,
Cool.
unless you serendipitously pop your head out, you're going to stay on the ship on your own.
Yeah.
Unless you want to knock on him again.
Crumbling double check.
I've got my score for
Only because I feel like he's the only person that's there at the moment.
Come on, the road. Why don't you?
Because he's on his own and might be able to talk some sense. I don't know how you were with this guy to start with. I know these guys didn't like it.
You were here for what I said to the Yearling about Marc take on the situation, but you didn't probably overhear it.
Actually, yeah. Lena's going to tap you on the shoulder
Mm.
and say, you may want to ask the other gentleman to join us, the one with the burned skin.
Mm.
He was the only one that made any real headway with words with our
Right.
friend here.
Okay. I will. Either way, I probably would have double checked with him before going, but I will. I'll just let him know the situation.
Yeah.
We'll just walk in with him.
Did the others know?
I'm not here for this.
Yeah. You follow sort of.
But he wasn't attacking anybody, and hasn't attacked anybody, and is completely unarmed.
What happened to your leg?
It's you.
What happened to your leg?
You're the one that was talking to me.
I'm talking to you right now. I'm asking you a question. What happened to your leg?
It was you, wasn't it?
It's like an advert for fucking straps on.
Throaty McFroat.
In the next scene, what happened to your leg?
Your mates shot me.
This entire scene is going to need to be subtitled.
Yeah, you will need to have subtitles, Chris.
No, I'm just going to turn the volume up and see what happens.
You, what's happening to you? You guys leaving? Finding another ship?
I'm going for a walk with 5.
5 who? I only count 3 of you guys.
I was waiting for a joke like that.
I do know that's me. That's my actual name.
Okay.
You can still Terry if you like.
I should never have left the mining shifts. Right.
At this point, I'm finding it difficult to disagree with that sentiment.
Well, I finished cleaning up all the kids' mess. I'll come with you. Where we head?
You told me this. We were heading to the crew barracks. Yeah.
Well, you got me to come eventually.
So you all eventually meet up outside the crew barracks. Before you 4 get there, you arrive first.
I do.
Go.
I've got no ammo for mine.
No, you'll need to buy it. Or find.
Hello, Captain.
You're talking to.
Yeah.
Hello, Captain.
Hello, Captain. There's no charisma there is there?
Yeah, I will walk up to him.
There's
and I'm
no
like,
reason between them, that's why.
let's go.
I'm trying to play it like that.
But I just want to talk about what happened on the ship.
Ooh, here we go.
Where your head's at with it. She seems to be pretty.
What exactly is it you're referring to?
Well, just the situation with the.
With the dangerous extraterrestrial life form?
With the guest.
I guess you could call it that. I suppose that's a matter of opinion, really, as we don't know his intentions.
Well, he didn't seem very friendly when we tried to ask him what his intentions were.
Don't think certain members of our crew actually helped that situation. But he was already struck down. Things weren't moving anywhere, and I will be honest with you, Captain. I was the one that was being triggered.
I thought as much.
But I didn't expect anything to happen as dramatically as it did.
Well, the alien was restrained for its protection and our protection. When the power went down, obviously the force field fell, so you left me no choice as to incapacitate the new arrival.
Fair enough.
As we had not yet found out what his intentions were, as you've already stated. So.
Well,
all I had was the crew's interest in mind.
I understand. Okay. Well, as I am a man of former military, I do understand the consequences of actions. It's just you can understand my frustration when I'm really trying to ask questions for our sake.
I understand you would try to do the same thing I was attempting.
I just lost control.
It's understandable. I was perhaps a little rash in my actions as well. But I did try my best.
At this point, Ash starts to walk up.
But if I see that motherfucker out of that ship...
I love that we're building slowly to it. Oh man. Both gonna get shot.
Captain, let's go.
Mr. Bishop?
I just think, especially while we're here, we shouldn't, as you said, shouldn't be too rash. If he is off the ship, then we must, well, first of all, I do know he's unarmed.
It doesn't mean he's not dangerous. We know he's from a militant alien race who are known for arms dealing and violent behaviour.
Slavery.
Indeed.
Profiling.
You mean like humans?
Hey, you're not here yet. You're not here.
Anyone who wears a coat like that is not to be trusted.
You get a text like humans.
I don't even know.
I understand that his coat is quite vibrant and quite insulting to the eye, but still.
What?
Let's.
Oh my god.
Let's just try and keep a low profile.
I think as long as
Yeah,
he's
we've tried that
still
before.
on the...
Keep a low profile.
I think as long as he is still on the ship and we can then go back and converse, maybe in a calmer manner than we did before, then everything will be fine.
At this point...
Where is this diplomacy come from?
I'm sure we can, we just need to keep our heads clear.
At this point, Rusty walks up.
I'm still a little bit further.
Oh, you're further back. Okay. In that case, the first trooper you see are 5, followed by Layla, followed by Klutz, walking free.
Yeah, there's one.
Yeah, it's gun strap.
My gun's on full charge, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh. In front of
Only guns.
What?
I feel
Are
I
you
should
bonkers?
point out.
No, this is a character thing.
No, I know, but it's worth. I feel I should point out that actually stood outside the crew barracks. There are guards.
So?
Okay, cool. That's fine. I mean, they don't react. They sort of, when they see you pull your guns out, they sort of look. Okay.
I'm not like standing in front of you sounding quite interested in you, Gary.
Oh
my god, kind of way. I'm just sort
So
of
you don't pull yours out.
walking in front of you.
I did.
That's what we were trying to say. That's what we were trying to say on the way over.
Oh, have you told him that?
No.
Right, okay, you can pass that on.
But he's got no idea what that is, so if he chooses to, you'll have to explain it.
That's
We got
Klutz is walking up, Layla and
this alien on our ship. Remember about
follow
Black
in
Sun?
front
You
of
need
you.
to actually figure out what that
Can
is
I
about.
see beyond them
You
to
may
see
have.
these?
Yeah, you're tall. You can see.
If
over.
he doesn't,
So in that
and he
case, as
tries
soon as
to
I
threaten
clap
us,
eye
then
contact,
by all
I
means,
just stop.
the diplomacy.
Okay,
stuff.
you stop still. Okay.
You do what you need to. Just know that I'm not involved.
Oh yeah, look over. I see.
He has the other two. Him and Layla are walking forwards. He has stayed where he is. He's made eye contact with you three, spotted you, and he has stopped.
I ignore that guy. I ignore Layla.
Yeah.
And I say to Terry,
That's getting angry.
no. I say, I see that you have spoken to our guests aboard the ship, and as was stated to Layla, she was just a passenger until we arrived here. And as far as I'm concerned, that our business with her is now finished. She's free to leave and do as she may.
Layla's with me.
I ignore him. So the same goes for her patient.
That could be you soon.
I ignore him still.
At which point Layla just not quite touching you, just puts an arm.
Yeah, I think I'll just literally look back and raise
I look back, give
Really?
you the same reaction, but obviously you still can't see me. I aim this at both Terry and at Layla.
Yeah.
I say, I find it surprising that the two of you, as humans, have managed to reason with an alien who, when he first spoke to us, said how much he hated human beings, and
At which point Layla walks up to you, and she's 5'7", so she's smaller than you. But she walks up to you, and you can sort of see in her eyes there's a not quite a fire, but she means what she said.
Yeah.
She says, and I cannot believe that as a life form, your first choice was to shoot him because he sat up.
Oh, nice.
I say,
I like that defense.
I say, believe me, it wasn't my first choice, and you're no longer my concern. You're free to go. Do as you please.
I stay with my patient, and then she turns back on you and just walks back.
I've still got a beat on, Captain.
At this point, the door behind you.
Now!
Rolling initiative!
The door behind you opens, and you see one of the Bart's port guards in slightly more, not ornate armour, but slightly better condition armour. Say, the captain will see you now.
Wait, his first reaction is to walk out to an alien with a gun pointed at him, an obvious tension situation, and go, "Hey guys, come in."
It's Bart's port. They see this all the time. Like when, for example, I should have said this. While you've been in the grog barrel, you've seen a couple of not like fights, but skirmishes, people shouting. It's just sort of. Okay. And while you've been walking through the market, you've seen people literally just bump shoulders and round. Yeah. You know, it's like that's like I say. What it says the rules are if you kill it, clean it up. That's all they care about. Is that as long as you don't need bodies everywhere.
I've also got a nice big shiny new gun on my back.
He does, yes.
Well, I wouldn't say shiny new, but it's something you guys haven't seen before. No, it's not.
No, that's hanging at my side right now.
Actually, yeah,
Just like this,
could you
like,
roll a spot
You
check?
want this gun?
I hope I can roll a spot check, mate. It's
Cool.
12. Probably not.
Is there anything to add to that?
Gets an egg because it's one of the balls as a process.
Yeah, it's really can't see that hammer.
So you just got a 12.
Do I need to roll anything?
There's a bulge.
Are you trying to hide it?
I was just hanging down by, kind of behind me while I'm pointing a shotgun at it.
You see a handle of a gun that looks familiar, but you don't see enough of it to go, that's definitely my gun. You sort of look at it and go,
The gun's alien, but it's not.
It's
so
not human,
alien that you can't
but yeah.
mistake it.
So presumably you follow the guard in.
Just put the shotgun down.
Well, yeah, he just sort of looks at you, looks at them and goes, and then walks off. As you make your way through the crew barracks, you see bunks and crewmen. So yeah, again, a lot of these guys are mercenaries. They are these are people that got displaced either from their home, their planet, or they decided to leave their political place, or they're just people that never joined one, just thought, I want a life of... You know, they are, it is essentially, I've said it a couple of times, it is essentially a pirate ship in space, so it's that kind of people you're seeing people playing cards, other off-world games. You notice that the guards aren't all human either, there's plenty of races represented. Uzleth is not with you. You haven't seen Uzleth since he walked off the ship.
He's off the ship as well.
Yeah, he's off the ship. Yeah, everyone is currently off the garrison.
Any greyskins in them, amongst the guards?
Any more of the Coinitron? You do see a couple who sort of stare at you a little bit. They don't say anything, or they sort of see that you're walking with humans. And
oh, can I say something to them?
you can just
Wait, hey man! Are you average, mate?
Is that true?
yeah, if he speaks in Geordie, actually speaking his own language.
You can speak Eatron, mate.
But yeah, you can say something.
Wait, hey man, what the fuck are you doing, like? Yeah, that's cool. Okay. And they are from Itron as well, though?
They are the Coinitron, yeah. They may not necessarily be from the home planet, but they are.
Is it like so the home planet, and then there's like, it's within a system? Is that like a?
You have your home planet,
Yeah.
but obviously different places have colonised other worlds.
But obviously, for his race, for instance, I imagine most of that system is like that temperature.
Yeah, yeah.
Wherever he is in that
Yeah.
system is.
Yeah.
Depending on like the sun.
Yeah, they are in the seventh. They're on the 7th planet. Okay, so they're quite a way away.
Okay.
One thing you do notice, however, all of you, is that the Eatron members of the security force and the human members of the security force are on different sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
And the humans interact with other aliens fine. The Eatrons interact with other aliens fine. But the Eatron and the humans, they don't seem to even acknowledge.
So that makes sense.
So obviously, you get hate. You get members of the party get hated looks from both sides. You guys get hated look from the Coinitron side.
Yeah.
You get looks from the human side.
I'm just going to spit on the floor as their side and walk past.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Are you going to say anything to them, Jim?
Yeah. I'll write it down.
No, you can say that.
Alright. I'm just going to say, don't worry about these humans, they won't be around much longer.
In your own language?
Yeah.
Does anybody speak Eatron? Has anyone got that as a language?
I don't.
You do?
I don't speak anything other than common, and I don't do that very well.
Common and bad
How
common.
was it mentioned languages?
I don't believe you've ever cast it.
Yeah, I did when I was working on the computer stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's...
You haven't rested since then. I haven't rested.
I don't think any of us have watched that long.
I mean, you could...
Because if it's been a short enough time, I understand every language. If it's been too long, I don't understand it.
Is that the spell?
Yeah.
Where did you do the computer stuff again? That was on the...
There's one on the ship.
On that ship or on the other ship?
As we arrived. Literally as we arrived.
Oh, did you cast it? Oh, okay.
The spell as written, I think, is 1 minute per level.
Is it 1 minute? I thought it was 1 hour.
I think it might be better. Hang on, I've got the book.
Double check, but yeah. We'll check this. Station break.
10 minutes per level.
Okay, no, I want this to be effective.
Okay, cool.
Should we give him a bit of sideline?
So
we both come.
I don't know what you said, but I don't like it.
but you do hear a bit of laughter.
Did you understand that?
From the Vokoinitran side?
Yeah.
Obviously you knew what he said, but the Vokoinitran side sort of goes except less dorky.
Yeah, the humans looked over at him and see the mask. He looks on it.
Yeah, and the humans spot the mask and
everyone's laughing on each side.
Yeah. You suspect this is the happiest moment in the crew barracks for quite a while.
Yeah, everyone's laughing.
It's been shared on both sides.
Oh no, is Layla not sorted out for me?
No, yeah, no.
We didn't ask you to. You said that's fine. You said forget that.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, that's a good idea.
And then you walk up to two very ornate doors. That they're two different ornate doors. One has a sort of what you might expect to see on a pirate captain's door. Lots of ornate sort of swirls and stuff like that. And the other one is it's almost like a metal version of the doors we have at the castle, the sort of medieval doors with the nuts and the sort of bolts. So it's an odd pair of doors, and they're both different kinds of metals. They're both slightly different shades and stuff like that. And the guard stops outside and says, "Here you go."
I open the door one hand,
Okay.
and I just the rest of the crew I say, I just kind of gesture.
Okay. Anyone want to step in first? That goes in first. Presumably you all go through.
I'll wait till the end and I'll go in last.
Yeah.
You don't go in last.
Yeah, I do.
You don't.
He's just standing there, going after you.
I'm standing at the end.
But
I don't trust you beyond the slightest.
I say, after you.
After you.
Okay, right, fine.
Roll for it.
CM rolls to see who gives up.
Yeah, roll to intimidation.
I don't trust you.
Both of you roll an intimidation check because that's basically what you're both trying to do.
Who's got the slowest?
I'm just trying to be polite here.
What did you roll?
A 10. 8.
In you go. When you
do it properly.
when you get inside the captain's quarters, what you see is
Chris, the first time without a coat.
Don't apologise.
what you see as you enter the captain's quarters, you see a very large room. On either side, it's done up like a metallic pirate captain's quarters. At the back is what you think would be a window, but at the moment it's got the shutter down. You see a sort of long-ish table, probably about twice as wide as this and maybe 3 times the length. So not a long galley table, but big enough.
Like a banqueting table.
A little bit, but you don't see any. There's no candelabra on it or anything.
Yeah. I know that, but you know what I mean. Like,
God,
yeah, that
no.
kind
You sit at the table and suddenly,
Oh God! All the chairs are mimics. Mimical chairs. One chair's not a mimic.
You know, I hadn't considered using a mimic like that.
Until now.
giving up the ideas.
Well done, guys. Then you
just because we're big DMs.
and you see the table is there's nothing on it. It's just chairs. But you see at the far end of the table, sat down, are a man in what you would describe as what's it called?
Clothes.
No, the clockwork stuff.
Steampunk.
Steampunk, in a sort of steampunk.
That's some crap.
Yeah, a sort of what you would call a steampunk pirate.
Nice.
He's got leather jacket on, which has got bits of machinery and metal hanging off it. He's got the hat.
Instantly.
And next to him, you see a man in. If you could all roll an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Oh!
Natural 20!
I will see your natural 20 with my natural 1.
Hey! I also roll a natural 20.
You go.
9.
Okay, there's 2 guys here.
Natural 20, give me a score of.
Actually,
20!
I'll count again.
I've got 16 straight intelligence, but is there any knowledges that would
No.
be bad? Yeah, 16.
16. What did you roll?
8.
8.
21.
21.
20.
20. 1.
That's
Nice.
the highest score I could possibly get.
Okay, so you presumably are just focusing on the back of him. you don't notice a thing. You two sort of.
He doesn't ever notice the back of me.
You spot there's a second person there. You three spot that the person who sat there is wearing an Interstellar Bureau officer's uniform.
I know that. I know a thing.
The captain looks up and says, welcome! Good to see you, friends! Come in!
I'm going to fade back a little bit in the group.
Wouldn't I wear one of the 6 Interstellar Bureau military uniforms that we've got?
Come in! Have seat! Good to see you! Come!
Yeah, I will, happily. I'm feeling a bit overconfident because I knew a thing.
I am Captain Robert Inderwood. Welcome to my port. Come sit down.
As I rolled a 21.
Yes.
Any chance I recognise this person, or...?
You've not seen the person before.
Okay.
Take a seat at the table.
Yeah, so you sit down, presumably you sit down.
Where's the ISB people?
They're at the far. The one person is at the. If you're just at the door, he's at this end of the table.
Yeah, I'll stay over here.
Okay, that's cool. You gonna sit?
No, I just hover around.
That's fine. Layla stands with you.
Are they at the end of the table?
Yeah, if that's where you came in, they're at this end.
Okay,
The captain where Sam is and him where I am.
I will probably sit towards our group, but slightly side on, so a little bit less conspicuous.
That's cool. Yeah. You sat down.
I'll stand.
You're gonna stand.
I'm kind of near the door.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I might get my shotgun out under the table.
Oh god.
I say, yeah. Are you gonna do that?
Maybe. Which charges?
Nah.
Yeah. Says welcome. Glad I could meet you all. But I am a big fan of Star Trek and famous crews, and I think any crew that can escape the Black Sun is obviously crew to be reckoned with. Tell me, what was like meeting Black Sun?
Crew that can't really reckon with itself.
How do you know that we escaped the Black Sun?
Oh, it's common knowledge. At which point he turns around and flicks a screen on, and you see a sort of volumes down. You see a sort of news report about what is now being called the Lambda incident.
Was it showing our faces?
No, it's not showing your face. But what you do clearly see is the CCTV of your ship leaving to defend Haroldport, and it pans in on I.S.S Garrison on name.
We need a new ship.
We need a new ship. We all need surgery.
I was under the impression that only Admiral Marcus Finch was aware of our escapades.
Funny you should mention me, says the ISB man, turning round.
It's you!
You did a speak in turn. I love it.
Yes!
I've been expecting you,
I wish I'd done it on our YouTube, but that is who I've always had in this scene.
Please tell me the chair got stuck halfway.
Yes, unfortunately we couldn't stop the media getting hold of the story. Captain Callahan, good to finally see you in the flesh. And what you see is he's obviously wearing the ornate uniform of the ISB, which is a white coat with navy blue lapels. With basically, think a US. Think a US Navy uniform.
Sell it to me.
Top wise. And you see a man who is in his how old is he?
I've got A's.
His last days. No, he's not quite that old. He's old.
Final day.
It is final days.
He's old. Actually, I say he's old. I apologise to people on the internet. He's 53. So he's not ridiculously old, but you can see he's a very experienced man. On his top are a number of medals and stars and commendations. Does anybody have knowledge history?
No. Yes.
No.
Wonderful. Those of you that do, if you want to roll a history check, probably wouldn't work for you because you've not got alien history.
I don't have anything.
I got 11.
11. You know that he is a very famous admiral.
He's famous.
Probably should have made you do that.
With my military knowledge.
That doesn't come in my 21.
What have you actually got?
It's dungeon
You wouldn't know.
We opened the intercom. He hailed us after the.
He held it when it was just you three. Oh, you weren't there. That's why I didn't make you roll it. You three were there. Also, I haven't fully written his character yet.
While I was flying the ship.
While you were flying the ship.
It's the famous the install.
It's an evolving story. You know that he is very, very famous and well respected within not just the ISB, within humanity. For what he's done.
He's a big shot.
Yeah, he wasn't that friendly either last time, and now I remember.
Should we kill him?
Good to see you took my advice of coming to the port. Tell me, how do you find Howell's Port? Bart's Port. I keep doing that!
You don't find Howell's Port.
Tell me, how do you find Bart's Port? At which point, Indahut sort of, yes, tell me, what do you think? What do you think of my station?
Very friendly.
Good. Now, we always like to see Etran such as you coming to see us. It's good to have a diverse, yes?
That was perfect. Yeah, it's agreeable.
That was beautiful. It's good to be diverse, yeah.
Space tumbleweed.
Space tumbleweed.
Space cricket in the background.
At which point the Admiral says, yes, Robert, if I may bring this meeting to some sort of order, I haven't just called you here for a social call. First of all, it has come to my attention that quite a large amount of Insular Bureau property has gone up for sale today. Captain.
Yes. And you're referring to what exactly?
The garrison, Captain.
He got in the ship.
Didn't try and put his balls in the purse for sale.
As far as I was aware, the ship was abandoned at Harold's Port, and we were forced onto said ship, and I was made the captain, which means that I'm in control of the ship. Under those circumstances, when we last spoke, you said that the ship belonged to your bureau.
For a start, do not take my words as a problem. I have no issue with you selling the garrison. It is, as you say, your ship, but however it is in property, so it would have been nice if you had let us know, so we could have...
Well, forgive me, Admiral, I did not know that you would be gracing us with your presence today.
It's also a piece of shit.
Of course, I understand that. But that is a small matter in comparison to what I have to speak with you about.
Dun, dun, dun.
Marc! I thought that was someone's phone going off.
Oh, did you feel
the whole thing
Vibrating.
vibrated?
bloody hell.
Jesus!
I'm so glad I'm over here.
There is one last person I would like to introduce you to.
8.2 on the Richter scale,
And
that was.
he motions to a corner, and out of the corner, which is quite dark, comes
No one spotted it.
Sorry?
No one spotted it, the corner guy.
I didn't actually spot it.
Okay.
Because I didn't ask you spot it, I'll rework it. A door opens, and a man.
Ignore the corner.
No, it's fine. A man walks in. He is hooded. In quite ornate robes, and these are ornate. You've got golds and purples, silver. They flow. But one thing, if you could now do a spot, gentlemen.
Fucking hell.
Right.
17. Also 17.
18.
25.
25, 17, 18, 18. Basically, everyone except you see someone in a robe. You see that he has an unusual gait for a man. You four realise that it's not just an unusual gait, it is a very non-human walk. The way that sort of the knees protrude through.
Is it
covering some sort of spider
It's a top
legs.
half.
As it was a
Very human.
He's wearing a cloak, he's hooded.
as it was a 25. Is there any chance I recognise what
With
type of-
25, what I will say is that you see part of his face under the robe, and the hood is quite large, so you really have to look.
I have dark vision if that helps.
You not this time. You think it's a key global.
Kill it with fire.
And it says, please may I introduce to you Priest Albardo. And the priest goes, delighted to meet you all. And removes his hood, and he is indeed. You see a Keek Global walking towards you.
I feel smug.
Can I just be reminded what the Keek Global look like, please?
The Keek Global?
They're the bird people.
For YouTube, this is what the Keek Global look like. It's down in where the Black Sun logo usually is. Let me just find it on Har.
Is it actually that way or is it this way this time?
It's, to you guys, it is, let me work out, it's that way. So if you all point... No, shit, that way, sorry.
We're all pointing the wrong way.
You're all pointing the wrong way, it's that way.
Look over here.
Look where David's sitting.
Yeah, he says, thank you all for coming. It is, yeah, I'm back with these two now. It is.
Black Sun, sponsored by.
I wish I could have met the only human crew to survive the Black Sun under better circumstances. But alas, it is not my time to do so. And he sort of comes in and sits opposite Admiral Finch. As Terry goes to the loo.
Interstellar message.
Yeah.
I am now sorry.
Yes, Terry has had Matt playing Terry Stroke 5 has had to go,
He died.
unfortunately. But we shall plough on regardless. So, the Keek Global sits down, Admiral Finch says, I appreciate that the circumstances, not only of your forming as a crew, but of your arrival here are less than ideal, shall we say. But we have worrying news, and I need crew.
What worrying news is it?
It's the I.S.S going into through
Yeah. Tell me, are any of you particularly religious?
Not massively.
I have got agnostic written down the trees, and Terry has a big cross for his deity.
Oh, well.
So,
Actually, I will take Terry's
yeah.
sheet, just in case.
What a sheet.
Yeah.
I see feeling like a god.
Thanks, man.
Fuck's sake.
The light from that blinded me to bullshit like yours many moons ago, kid. I've seen the void of the seven suns. It's still burned in the back of my eyes.
Did you just call a 53-year-old man kid?
Yes!
No, I called him kid.
Oh, okay, sorry. Just you were looking at me.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that was me as a person. That wasn't me as a
Oh,
character.
yeah, yeah. But
That was just me being a dick.
if you'd been a dick in character, you'd have got burned.
Yeah. And tell me, what do any of you know about, or more correctly, I should say, what do you know of the Holy Grail?
You mean the old tale? The old Terran tale?
Precisely.
Not much.
To be fair, the only person that would probably
It's a
get
bedtime
that is
story.
Shall I
you.
roll a history
Do
check?
you want to roll a history check?
Yeah, might as well see what I can do. Probably not. 5.
5. Yeah, it's not in your...
I don't care.
You don't know.
It's not part of what I need to know.
So he sort of nods to his Keek Global companions. The Keek Global have dedicated much of their resources and much of their history to finding this Holy Grail. It is not just an earth belief. I believe the story on Earth.
They found the giant rabbit.
Who brought that in?
None of us. Terry.
That would be Terry.
Everyone looks at Terry. I'm just trying to heal the world, man.
Where did Terry come from?
I'll say
It wasn't out of the game thing, that was.
that's her patient. I'll give her a look.
Layla sort of cursory glances and then
No, it has a name.
carries on.
Right, how about you, Granger?
The Holy Grail, as far as the Earth legend is concerned, I believe, is a wooden cup that, if drunk from, would grant eternal life. It's supposed to be a gift from God Himself. However, as I said, this is not just an earthen tale. We have been searching for it for millennia. We started on our own planet. We then spread out across the stars. We heard rumours upon your planet before it was sadly destroyed. We have searched other Earth worlds. We have searched worlds of almost every other nation. Has allowed us to search their planets. At this point, he pointedly looks at Klutz. And we have yet found nothing, so the search must widen. However, we have had some worrying reports. And then he hands back to the Admiral and says, now, before I go any further with this, I have to say, anything now spoken about in this room must remain in this room.
You gonna buy our silence?
We know who all of you are. Some of you, he looks pointedly at you, and you, we know more than others.
Well, how about you enlighten us? I haven't got a damn clue who I am. I'm getting posts from random people in this fucking town.
That makes two of us. You are one anomaly, there are others. But we have all your pictures on file. We know which ship you came in. We will know which ship you leave in. We will know where to find you.
What's the bird race called again?
Yerlin.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we all have our past.
Indeed.
And the past should probably stay buried for each and every one of us. None of us want that dragged up.
I agree.
I disagree. I very much want to know about my past.
Well, you can find that out on your own time. Right now we have something that's been to move forward, and
My past is probably something that needs looking at. So unfortunately, Ash, we need to just keep moving forward as we are.
that's what I was saying.
I know. I mean, agreeing.
He then looks at you and says, while I understand that perhaps the human interest in this story will have little to no effect upon you, I'm sure it does not escape your attention that not only do we have a number of humans sat around this table, and the Kiklo Bar have never been great friends with the Koinitras, but I have two very large, very powerful starships waiting outside. Can I count on you as well to keep your silence?
It depends on what I'm with. If they want to move forward, we all move forward.
He sort of smiles a little and says, I feel that is perhaps a good attitude to have. So with that concluded, we have heard reports that the New Sol Republic believes they have found the Holy Grail.
What are you asking us to do?
At this point, the Kiklo Val leans in and says, given the current situation between the New Sol Republic and your League of Former Earth Dependents, as well as the militaristic history of the New Sol Republic and their reported links with other militaristic races, we don't believe it is in anybody's interest that the New Sol Republic are allowed to get this artifact of supposed infinite power. Even if the artifact itself is not powerful, the mere legend that comes with it might be powerful enough for the New Sol Republic to change the entire balance of power within this system.
What do you intend to do with it?
We are scholars. We seek simply to find another relic that will take us one step closer to the Creator.
Why is it so important to you?
It is our life's calling. We have been contacted by the Creator centuries ago, and we are trying to re-establish contact. That is what all Kiklobal seek, apart from those that are different.
If any of those different Kiklobal had access to this, you would ensure it'd be safe in their hands.
The different Kiklobal have little to no interest in such artifacts. They believe the Creator is
bullshit,
a legend. However, most normal Kiklobal believe that he is incarnate, corporeal, and can be spoken to and reached. One of our main goals, and has been for, as I say, centuries now, is to find the Holy Grail and to commune with him once again. With the greatest of respect, none of us would be particularly happy to see any one government, human or otherwise, claim it. But of all the human governments, we fear the New Sol Republic is possibly the single worst choice.
With respect, I don't have any beliefs in a greater being or anything like that. However, I trust the NSR as much as I trust this guy over here. And I understand that as much as I dislike the NSR, I know that they are not to be trifled with. And to see this cup thing fall into their hands, should it grant them some kind of power, then I wouldn't like to see that happen.
Yes, it is our belief, says Finch, that President Fuller would use it, even if it's not magical, he would use it as a symbol, and that could destabilise the war. If the NSR managed to beat the League of Formless Dependents, the Interstellar Bureau can no longer stay neutral, which would take our peacekeeping efforts from across the galaxy into a war effort.
People are fickle sheep. They are, in large numbers, easily swayed by things like this, so...
Fear is what drives us. Almost men.
Now the thing is, while obviously the Interstellar Bureau and myself have called you here, we cannot directly be seen to intervene.
You don't need to read that just now.
Okay.
After this bit.
Okay, cool. I think I've seen the first couple of words and the answer is probably yes, but you have to be careful. Yeah, that's possible. Finch says, the Interstellar Bureau cannot be seen to intervene directly. We must stay as neutral as is humanly possible. For this... Oh, alienly possible. Indeed. For this, I require your assistance. While the garrison has been seen across the galaxy, you have not. You can move undetected. You are not signed up to the ISB. And I should point out that if you accept this mission, you will not be assigned to the ISB. You will still be whoever you want to be.
If we're to accept this mission, Garrison has become such a flag bearer for escaping the Black Sun and become so noticeable, we'll need a new ship.
At this point, the Kiklobal looks at you with a sort of, as much of a smile as this kind of race can. They've got quite small mouths. They just sort of literally just opens like that to talk. So he looks at you and says, "Oh, don't worry, we have that covered." At which point, Indahut stands up, goes over to the window, presses a button, and sitting behind.
Does the window come up on the...
It's very slowly rolling up and...
That's a big
What's the theme tune music again?
Am I going to get a pilot erection?
I think you might have.
Cool.
And Admiral Finch says, "Gentlemen, may I present to you the I.S.S Erebus."
Oh, that looks sick! Fuck me.
Have you got anything bigger?
I think we're gonna need a bigger ship.
Oh shit! What have you got for the others? Why does it look like a dustbin lid?
Because I'll go into that later. Funny story.
I'm straight at the window.
Yeah. It is an old cedar ship. The Keek Global have bought it specifically for this mission. If you choose it, it is yours.
Is that scaled to the Garrison?
No. It's about 5 times the size of the Garrison. This is, think you're getting towards not quite Starship Enterprise, but you're getting to. This is a.
We could fit ships inside this ship.
Oh yeah, it's got a shuttle base. What you guys would all know, all of you have flown ships. Even you would have a knowledge of the Keek Global, the Viconian version of this. A cedar ship is primarily designed to colonize planets and terraform.
Okay. Is it human design?
This particular one is a human design, but obviously every species has its own. But they are designed to colonize planets. They're designed for long-haul space flight. This is more what you would expect a flagship.
Will we do an engineering check?
You will need a bigger crew, yes.
From the outside, from actually seeing it, can I tell what kind of, how good the engines are just from seeing it? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there any power stations?
You're like, look at that V12.
You could roll an engineering check.
I don't know, just see how big of an engineering hard-on he's got. A big one. 20... Well, no, it's 20, because...
Could I go for a history or...
23.
23, yeah, so you could do a pilot check.
Cool.
I'll do one as well.
Just while this is happening, I shall show this to YouTube. This is the I.S.S Erebus.
Can I do an intimidate check?
On the ship?
Yeah.
You're trying to intimidate the ship.
I got 16 and I got a bonus in. I'll let you go first.
No, you go first.
I got 22.
22.
Nice.
Mine's 23.
Right, all of you know.
Don't worry, excited.
From an engineering perspective, you know what you see. I haven't finished painting it yet.
That's alright.
At the front, you see 2 green manifolds, which you happen to know are quantum-powered hyperspace engines.
Yep.
They are very, very good.
Yep.
From the look of it from the outside, you think it's in good condition. It doesn't look, it's compared to the Garrison, which was a beat-up pile of crap.
Yeah.
This is sleek. It's shiny. Everything from what you can tell from an engineering perspective is working. You, what was your role by the way? No, not number. What was your actual? What were you rolling for? Pilot. Okay. As pilots, you both would know that this is, like I said, designed for long-haul space flight. You know that in a fight, it's not going to be the most manoeuvrable, but you also know, given the again, you recognise the engines. Given the type of engine, you can probably escape very quickly and travel quickly. You would have probably, at a guess, you got a 23, didn't you? You know that they are a Class B hyperdrive, which is the second best you can get.
What class hyperdrive would have been
the Garrison
on the ship?
On your ship, that would have had a class D or E.
What would mine have had?
So this
the ship you were around was not designed for long haul.
Yeah.
But this is designed for going out into the galaxy, finding planets and seeding them to eventually colonise in later years.
Sure, we got stasis.
You also know that it will need a larger crew, as you said.
How many numbers are we looking for?
At this point, he says the I.S.S Erebus, named after the Greek word for darkness.
I really thought you were just going to say duck, Greek word for duck.
Greek word for duck. Our friends at the Keep Global have purchased this specifically for this mission. As I said, should you accept, you will not be part of the ISB, nor will you be part of the Keep Global.
So we're working for you, but for ourselves.
Consider yourselves privateers.
Well, Admiral, this is a pretty ship and all, and let's just say I once knew a guy called Erebus, and it didn't end very well for him. Seeing as though we are going to be privateers, this means that there will be some payments.
Indeed, yes. Given the severity of the mission, as a joint payment from both, since we are joint funding this, the ISB and the Keep Global, we have come up with a figure that we think might appease you all. Any member of the crew that decides to join this mission, we paid a weekly retainer of 1,000 credits. That is 52,000 credits a year.
Keep going.
520,000 credits over 10 years.
Keep going.
5.2 million credits over 100 years.
No one's going to live that long.
Status.
That's a good point.
You will still be
5,200.
You will still be your own crew. All we ask is that any information upon the Grail you pass to us. That is all we ask of you. And should you find a definitive lead, we ask that you let us know, and we shall go from there.
We trust that our hidden knowledge of our past remains that way.
As long as we don't hear any rumours of a large spaceship looking for the Holy Grail that is unmarked. Or, in fact, as you can see the name on it quite clearly, as long as we don't hear anything about the I.S.S Erebus looking for the Holy Grail. As long as nothing I've told you leaves this room, nothing I know about you leaves this room.
There's one thing we want to know as well. We've come across a race called the Yearlings.
What about them? I've had dealings with them myself.
They seem pretty in control of things. They've asked us to do something. They've asked us to do a job. Are you on
their side?
Humanity and the Yearlings have little diplomatic contact. We are neither on each other's side nor are we against each other. We are simply coexisting in the galaxy. So there have been interactions. They have usually been friendly in recent years. However, as I said, any mission you do outside of this is no concern of mine. You are a freelance crew. All we ask is that what our retainer is to ensure that if you do find information about the Grail, we shall.
So, what exactly are you asking us to do? Fly straight into the new Sol and
not at all.
Reclaim this Grail of yours?
Not at all. We have.
Do you have any leads? Anything for us to go on?
We do. You are looking for a new Sol Republic man called Isaac Hadworthy. He is the man who believes he has found the Grail. It was in a coded transmission that we intercepted from... The one problem we had was while we intercepted it, we could not track the signal to its starting location. However, we know that it was roughly 5,000 light years closer to the centre of the galaxy than we currently sit. One thing I can tell you, and I feel I should tell you, while we will keep your anonymity safe, all of you, in order to do that you must understand that there will not always be a cavalry riding over the hill. We will support you as we may, covertly, but we cannot send a fleet.
I'm not expecting any help from anyone. I've never asked for it before. I look after myself.
And I'm used to not having anyone watching my back.
I understand.
I don't need any help.
Sure about that? Professional help.
Is that me or
How are we going to assign crew for the ship? As we've stated, we can't fly this by ourselves. We probably can fly quite a lot of it by ourselves.
The minimum crew requirement for a ship of this size is
700 people.
no. The crew for this, the full crew complement for this ship is 50. However, you can comfortably make it.
Minimum. Like a minimum.
The minimum crew requirement is 15.
49.
So you will need to hire. You will, of course, need to hire a crew. And we should point out that the ISB and the Key Club have agreed to pay a fair percentage of the wages.
I kind of address this to the rest of the guys and to the Admiral, and I say, before we go any further, as the Admiral has already mentioned here, that our forming of a crew was unintentional and forced upon us. From the start, I never wanted to be the captain of the garrison, and seeing as though the garrison is no longer in our possession, I would like to take this opportunity to stand down as captain. And should one of you or the Admiral see fit to bestow that honour on anyone else, then so be it. I'm happy to go where the credits are.
Is there anyone here who wishes to petition for captaincy?
I think I speak for the entire crew when I say that our captain that we had here did the best he could in the best situation, and I will happily follow Captain Callahan the whole way.
I do not doubt that what you've been through is tough. We did see the wreckage at Harold's Port. We can only imagine the size of the explosion that must have caused that. I would suggest there is, from our intelligence, the NSR are still debating over Hadworthy's claim. I would estimate you can spare 3 days to get your heads together, explore your new ship, hire a crew. After that, I would politely request you begin your journeys. As I've said, any mission you wish to undertake during your mission for the ISB is your own business. We will not monitor you. We will check in every now and then to see if you found anything. If you take a while to report back to us, as you might, given the nature of your mission, but you are not answerable to anybody. You are your own crew. We need you to be your own crew.
I've made my decision, I'm afraid.
I stand by his decision. Best one he's made.
I'm not a leader, I never asked to be.
Exactly.
Is there anyone here who is decidedly not going on the mission, captain or otherwise?
I'll look at the woman.
Yes, at this point the lady there
I'm not sure if we
says, as a physician and scientist, the idea of finding the Holy Grail is intriguing, to say the least. I, like seemingly everyone else around this table, is not specifically religious in any sense. But I have always loved a good tale. If the new captain would have me, if the new captain would have me and allow me to look after my.
Why don't you be captain, lad? Fuck off!
I have.
His ashes on his reaction to that. You're
I
even
was
part of our
hoping you were
crew.
going to say like, I was like, oh, that'd be cool.
While
Janeway.
Is that in game?
What? My fuck off?
Yeah.
That was in game.
while I
Shut the fuck up. You aren't even part of our fucking crew, grey skin.
while I respect and am touched by your suggestion, Mr. Klutz. I've never said that out loud. It's just hit me, Mr. Klutz. I am a doctor, nothing more. I will happily serve as head surgeon, and I shall patch up any. And I shall patch up any of you, regardless of any personal feelings or opinion I have. If the next captain, whoever he or she may be, agrees, I will go with you. It would be nice to see the start again.
I think we should take the Admiral's words, take a few days, think about it. Obviously Callahan's made his decision, and I respect it. Although you did get us out of the foul spot.
It's going to be Terry, isn't it?
But I think we should all have...
He was. I should point out. Sorry, no, you finish your kind of thing first.
I think that we should all take a few days to think about where our skills lie, where we think it would be important. Maybe make a decision as a group.
I do have something to bring to the crew that could, as we are going to be looking for a crew, I have a crew member who could be very, very useful to us, that I have been spoken about, very important to me, a partner of mine. She has been with me for years, and I was separated from her, and I've just received word of where she could be, and she'd be a very useful addition to the crew and the party. And would help us considerably in the future.
I know a few people that might be able to assist us along the way, but I don't know if they can actually be part of the crew. That's something I'll have to find out also along the way.
Well, she could definitely be a part of the crew.
At this point, Admiral Finch sort of, not proudly, but sort of very buoyed up, stands and says, "Well, I think we can call that matter settled. If we say we meet again in 3 days, see where you're standing as a crew, officers, whether you have a crew or not. Enjoy your time here at Bartholomew Support. I shall be here with the captain, should anyone wish to speak with me at any point. I bid you good day, gentlemen." And the Kiklo bow again says, "I too will leave you now, but may the gods and Creator go with you. You are doing a noble thing. Whatever else, never forget that." And he sort of stalks off back to the door. And Captain goes, "Crazy times, huh?"
You said it.
And we shall leave it there.
I want to get on the
ship! Leave it there for this session. So, thank you guys. That was really good. We've gone from having everyone in separate bits. We have pulled it back. Yes, I will actually say one thing. This is also not just a model, it's also a functioning map.
Oh, look at it!
That's so cool.
Of all of it, so I'll show
And you've got this as well.
Yes. We shall go through. One of the first things you'll do is you can have a tour of the ship.
It's a park!
Have a tour of the ship.
There's actually a park?
Yeah. We shall have a tour of the ship in the next one, but thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for playing. If you're brand new to the channel, do go back and check the first 9 episodes of this. They're all in just 3 parts.
Especially the last 3.
Especially the last 3, because that's where Jimmy did it was well played, but very crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I was me, they were them, that was the Black Sun D&D. Goodbye.